There it goes. It's live. I see it.
What's up, Apple Juice Virgin gang? I hope you are doing well. I am doing pretty good tonight. Whether you're joining live or watching later on, we have a very special guest for you today. This is the type of guy, the type of guest who became the hall monitor in high school, but never abused his power. He never abused his power. He's the kind of guy that collects non-English language cards.
That's true.
Even though he has no idea what they say. Like what is
true.
going on here? He is the treasurer of the Dr. Applesauce fan magazine. It is Nick Opossum Bud. Thank you so much for joining me, Nick. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate being here, Rod. Thank you so much for inviting me. Appreciate being flexible too for work and all that.
Oh, of course. I felt a bit bad because I messaged Rock Sandy a few weeks ago and I was like, hey, I'd love to have you on the show. I got an opening like in August. Like I messaged you and like, oh yeah, let's just do Saturday. I was like, okay, awesome, sweet.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
Rock the 17-year-old. He's probably a lot more busy than me. I'm sure he's got way more going on in his life than me.
He's got a lot more stuff in the wifey department.
He's a big man. He knows he's got a full schedule.
I'm looking forward. So actually, this is a question I wanted to ask later on, but I'll ask it now. So
sure.
I've seen some theories, some conspiracy stuff going out. So it's kind of in your territory. So
Ooh.
Rock did a face reveal just before Card Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some people say that wasn't real. It's AI. The pictures of him at Card Party are not actually his face. Like it was a fake reveal. And he's using some kind of AI technology now in his videos.
Yeah,
Is this true?
So he has like some crazy, like he talked to Pat about this stuff too. It was like a whole crazy inside thing. Let me double check, make sure no one's watching. And I think we're good. I don't think anyone's here, but yeah, like some crazy like projector technology. So like it would blast like directly onto that mask around it and stuff. He was gonna wear like a mask when we went to Card Party, but we were like, what if like some guy comes in and just grabs it and like runs off with it? So this was the only way to do it. It's just to implement the face scanner searcher technology.
What does he really look like?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, actually. Like he's very much in that vein. Like he's like just like 2 inches shorter, but like 2 inches wider too.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That's awesome. What are you drinking tonight, Nick?
I'm drinking sparkling ice plus caffeine because I'm addicted and just like to Pokemon cards. I can't put it down.
Well, I'm sponsored by Summersby once. Yeah, actual apple juice. There's actual apples in here.
Oh, really?
It's really hot today. It's real apple juice. But your heart must be ready to explode, not just because of the energy drinks, but I mean the news this week, the real news, not the CT scan bullshit. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Not that.
The owner's Pokemon, apparently there's some listings on PlayAsia, and apparently gym leaders is coming back, tag teams coming back. There's the fucking second coming of everything. So there's going to be a Marnie little collection box. You must be like,
I am stoked too. Like legitimately, I've always liked collecting full art trainers ever since they came out. They're my favorite card to collect just in general. Like I just did a Stellar Miracle like opening box as well. Like I did one off for fun, and I pulled the Kofu card, which is just like a standard full art trainer. That box was a win to me because I like collecting trainers. This is another one I threw in the binder. Yeah, it's a $4 card, but fuck it. It's a trainer. I like collecting those. So I saw this and the return of like trainer owned Pokemon specifically and things like that. Now is my favorite time for Wizards of the Coast, like the Rocket or the gym leader specific cards. Those are my favorite from that time. So I really do think it's going to be a good time for Scarlet and Violet. I think a lot of people are going to be Scarlet and Violet believers and drinkers of the punch here in a little bit. I really do.
I think so. I'm getting there. I wasn't a fan at first, Nick. I couldn't let Swish go. I just couldn't.
It was a good era.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. But now I think we're entering a new golden era. Trump is coming back too.
That's true.
And I'm just going to tell you what happened last time he was president. Things went fucking crazy. So, we are in, it's going to be great, right? And if
it's good. Four more years, baby.
It's a win-win, man. Drill, baby, drill. It's going to be great. So, I was going to ask you. So I had some stuff written down, but I want to kind of vibe this out because I think it'll be really fun.
Ah, dude, man, fucking just throw it out there.
I do want to pay attention to the chat because there's some awesome people I see all the time. And Epson here, FOMO, JB. I'm going to start trying to put stuff up on the screen.
I know that guy.
Yeah, there's so many awesome people here. Trevor, Evie's in here as well. Like, so I'm going to try and throw some stuff up every now and again. Morning, guys. I've had a couple of drinks already. I'm really excited about tonight. So I think Nick's going to be sober. He'll let me know if anything bad happens. So
I shall be sober.
Sounds good. What I was going to ask you. So Rock is a busy man. Okay, we're going back here a little bit.
Rock is a busy guy.
He is pretty busy. So let's talk a little bit about. So I
see it immediately. I see the first question.
Actually, you know what's funny is I didn't actually mean to put that up. That's
so funny.
Whoopsie daisy. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. We were just
we'll get
about,
to the meat and potatoes here.
We're both really excited about how it's going to kill the hobby, and
I'm excited.
Everyone's going to lose money. It's just going to be great. I mean, collectors are going to lose the thrill of opening pack. Yeah, it's going to be great. Well, we can talk about that in a little bit. I did want to start off just by saying, so we did that investor stream.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun on that. Yeah, I fell asleep. I was kind of nervous when you came into the not drift chat. That's something to work. When you came into the what's it called, Discord,
the pregame or whatever.
Yeah, the pre. And I was like, oh man, Opossum Bud's going to be on this. I had no idea how I ended up on that thing, because I was nobody, right? And J Love's like, oh, you can come on. So great. And you were so nice. You were the only one that was worried about me hanging out in that chat by myself, because I had no idea like where to go. But no, I mean, you said a couple of things on that stream that resonated with me, and I've watched your channel, on and off over the years. And you said, first of all, I think you said to Gray, you said, "Hey, we're not that different, you and me." And I thought that was a very
that's the nice thing. And ultimately, as Pokemon hobbyists and creators, we're really not.
Yeah. And then you said later, I think it was later, it was a throwaway comment. You were like, man, it was something about like you had to go to work the next day or something was going on, or you had to get up early.
Yeah.
And you were like, man, I wish I could make content all day. And that resonated with me, because I was like, okay, this guy, like, first and foremost, is an artist. This is just how I saw things. I was like, this guy's an artist. He's a creator. And I've been going back and watching the videos and, watching kind of everything that comes up for you ever since, basically. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty apparent, like in the way you edit, the way you do things. And I see myself in the same way. And I just wanted to have a chat, and I thought it'd be cool. So that's kind of why we're here, in case people are wondering why we're not going to give you the top 5 booster boxes to invest in. Unless you want to.
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Yeah, unless you want to do that. I do want to play a little bit of hold or sell later, though, because I have
my favorite
I need the help with those. So just to begin with, I'm waffling a bit, but for people who maybe don't watch your channel, or maybe don't know who you are, or aren't familiar with your stuff, do you mind just giving us kind of an introduction to you, your journey into the hobby, kind of that stuff?
Yeah, sure. I used to just open Pokemon cards like back in like 2018, 18, 19. Did that stuff on Instagram for a little bit. I got into commentary type content because a lot of scammers were like started to come in. It was like the Champions Path time frame. We had some people that were like taking pre-orders, not shipping them out, bunch of weird stuff. And then I knew a couple people personally who were affected by a couple of those, dipped into that, and then just kind of kept going from there. I was doing Instagram content for about a year and a half. And our good buddy, Alex Ketchum, I'm sure everyone knows that guy, for just excellent guy, excellent friend. He'd been on me for a little while about like, hey, you need to go on YouTube, big dog. You need to like really get on there. That's where the big stuff is. And I was like, I can't leave my audience on Instagram. I can't do that. They're my boys. I can't leave them and all that stuff. Instagram started implementing a bunch of weird, stupid things like on IGTV. Like IGTV's gone now. It used to be really easy to upload to there, and then they just changed everything. The interface sucked. You couldn't pause videos very well. Going back and rewinding stuff, it wasn't good. So I convinced myself, I was like, you know what, screw it. Just going to start uploading on YouTube. We'll see how that works. It's been doing that ever since, just talking about stuff in the hobby, scams, how I feel about stuff, sets, cards, openings, stuff like that. And it's just a page where I talk and say and open and fuck around with whatever I want. It's been great. Like, it's the fact people watch me just goof off and spit my truth and opinions on things is amazing. That's really all it is.
I think that's so cool, and it's something that resonates with me when I watch your channel. Is like, just don't give a fuck, man.
I don't.
Well, you do and you don't, right? You care.
I do, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Right? Like, yeah, but it's just like, hey, I'm doing this thing, and by the way, your tier lists are bullshit. Like, I know you're like, hey, like,
the amount of times I hear that, dude. My own podcast, like friends and stuff like that, like those dudes are always like, bro, your tier lists suck ass. Like, every single time.
They are the one time where I think you're trying to applesauce it up and get the views, because what I think is happening here.
They don't get the views. They're my worst performing.
I think you're trying though. I think you go to your wife and you say, "Hey, can you make me a tier list on this? Like, give me the tier list."
So at the end of my videos, I put her tier list up too.
I know, and then you do the opposite.
Yeah, like I just do the opposite of what she likes. No, like it's weird because I've always kind of been like that with cards. So like specific things I like different things in the Pokemon space. I've always been someone who embraced change when it came into the cards, the generations, and everything. It's just I've been a part of that. I genuinely think a lot of the newer designs for Pokemon, I'm not saying the old Pokemon are bad. I genuinely think Pokemon just keeps upping the ante with things they're doing with Pokemon. I've always liked it. I've liked the DLC for that stuff. And I mean, like, people call me crazy, but Sword and Shield, like the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, that's the best card that came out of that. And that's the best alternate art, in my opinion. And people are like, you are crazy, bro. Umbreon is like literally right there. It's right there. It's like I'm sorry, man. Like it's not how I feel. I'd be lying to you if I said that was true. I don't hate the card, but it's lying.
No, I like that. No, I genuinely, it's always good to see your takes, and I can tell you come at it from a real, like, just like the artwork standpoint, like a collector standpoint, like it has a sentimentality to you, which I like.
It does.
So, and I think that's important. That's what it's all about. So, imagine if these guys swapped mustaches.
I saw that a second ago.
Yeah.
I got just baby face. I mean, I can donate this one. It's coming in pretty good.
So I know you're doing this steps challenge with the.
Oh my God, it's almost over. I'm so happy.
Are you? Well, I mean, that mustache arrived really quickly. Like I've not seen a guy grow a mustache as fast as you. Like, are they investigating you for doping? Like, are you?
No, but I did take a drug test twice in the last like 2 weeks. As soon as we got back from card party, like, oh, you were in Florida. Yeah, that sounds like a place to have fun. I need you to step over here real quick, and yeah, here's a cup. So that actually, like, no joke, that happened.
Is that at, like, the state line or something? They did it in the States?
No. So when I went back to work, because I work for the government, I'm in the service. Like the second I got back, they're like, "Oh, you went to Florida, huh?" Okay, which they do that for everybody. It wasn't just me specifically, but like it is funny that you take a good amount of leave or get some time off, and then you come back from out of state, and they're like, "Huh, went to the fun state, huh? You know, let's see how much fun you had."
Yeah, my job doesn't do that. Do they comment at all on what you do for your content?
Oh, they don't generally care as long as it's not like affiliated or anything. It's just like obviously I can't be in uniform and just like singing the praises of like certain things. But no, I just mean like I'm pretty neutral about it. In fact, if people didn't know, most people don't even know I'm doing any of that. So I just generally keep it out.
Trev says, what did you test positive for?
Tested positive for dumb or like just stupidity, probably.
Being ass.
Fucking Gonzo's in here. Hey, Gonzo. No one gives you more short jokes than Gonzo, but I love him.
Right. So why don't we get this fucking CT thing out of the way? And
let's get the elephant out of the room.
Other stuff. So the hobby's over. The hobby's dead. I don't know why we're doing this friggin' podcast.
Yeah, I mean, like our days are numbered.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying in the pre-live, I checked out J-Love's whatever his second or third or fifth video on it this week, and then your reaction I was able to see just before we went live. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm not particularly worried. I think it's kind of crappy, but I mean, what do you think?
Me personally,
yeah,
I feel like it's just like 2 or 3 additional steps away from it being actually harmful to stuff. And this is just me. People are free to disagree and all of that. I truly do think it just disrupts the foundation of how we look at our hobby. I feel like the point of our hobby, when it comes down to just opening packs every day, the whole point of getting product as we do in booster packs and booster boxes and all that stuff is for that random element. So you're not just buying said specific card. You want to do that, you go on the secondhand market, you do your thing, right? You go TC player, you buy whatever cards you want, right? You can just crack into them and look into them and just go through and see what's in them. I mean, it's a neat idea, sure, but the amount of people who would take advantage of that and just open the door for so many predatory, scummy things, that's me looking at it from my side. Once again, that's how I started making content, just watching crappy people do crappy things to the people who are in this hobby. It just opens the door, in my opinion, for that to be. It's not going to happen with Modern. I mean, I think you saw the prices per pack were like $75 each, which I mean, there's no one's dropping a Twilight Masquerade pack in there and be like, hey, big dog, I need you to nuke this one for me to see if there's a Greninja in there. But I mean, for vintage packs, I was looking at it, I was like, $75, if that's just a pack across the board, that's kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Like, all things considered, people pay $300 a pack. Hey, $75 on top of that, and you can tell me what's in here? I mean, that's kind of sick, right? So it starts there. People get a little bit more comfortable with it. And I mean, it's another hurdle for vintage. Vintage is kind of, I don't know if you buy vintage a lot. I don't really, but I know like the hurdles for it. It's like always get from reputable sellers, always get from people that, they don't scam anybody. They don't do any of that kind of stuff. You got to do your research. And I mean, it's another hurdle essentially for that. It's just, it does open a lot of problems. It does open a lot of weird things. And it is very funny that company, like literally like, or company or something, whatever, they opened up like just saying like, hey, we're just showing what we can do with all these packs. And then literally 5 days later, they have the PSA user interface of like, oh, look at all these different tiers and perks and turnarounds, which I mean, free country, they can do whatever the hell they want, but it's weird. It's definitely a little strange.
Yeah. They scaled up pretty fucking fast, man.
Yeah, for someone who had no intentions of doing this as a business, they sure set up a business pretty quick.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I was actually shocked when I genuinely when I saw Joe's video today. I was like, oh, they've already got. Like
I was wrong because I was like you. I wasn't really worried about it all first. Yeah. I was like, this is like way off. They were even talking about like, and they unveiled and said like, here's our customer, list and our services. There you go.
I mean, I think the proof will be in the pudding with this. It'll be like the GameStop thing to a point, right? It's like, oh, we're going to upgrade your cars now, but we're gonna fuck it up like royally. Like that's what will happen. I mean, like it's going to be a shit show. Like, oh my booster box came back and it was damaged and all this stuff. And by the way, now I have
even stuff I didn't even think about, like the damage or the insurance people are going to have to put on this stuff, even just to like make sure their product comes back. It's a whole nother level.
It's crazy. And I mean, I actually saw a comment on your video actually from someone who said they were a doctor or works in the health field, and they're like, yeah, the radiation they put in this stuff is crazy. Like this, you don't want that product back, man. Like that's.
I know CT scanners radiation isn't like massive. I know it's not like a huge, like massive dose of radiation, but I don't know if you saw like on the specific tiers itself, but it had like a lead time of like 3 or 4 days or like 1 to 2 days. And I'm imagining that's for like to make sure that they're like safe to handle after they get radiated. So
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's weird. It's weird to look at.
So Gonzo was just telling everyone you're on your phone and you're not ignoring the chat. I kind of am, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to.
He said he didn't like y'all very much before we went on. It's kind of weird.
I'll be cooked.
Oh, is that Trev too? Hey, Trev.
Yeah, Bud's on his phone. Someone said it'll be an app soon enough.
It'll be on the app soon enough.
Hey, why not? Yeah, it's an
dude,
app
that'd be wild.
Next week.
It's like a little attachment you can stick onto it.
It'll be J-Love's face there. He'll be grinning. And
I hope so. That's what I want to see every time I open my phone up.
Kickbacks. Yeah. So actually, this makes me think. So Brian Pokiani actually put up he put up a post today. Actually,
I saw that
he's going to do a video like the elite. He went full conspiracy theory. He went like, oh, the elite have been doing this for years. Like, what do you make of that? Like,
so I've criticized Brian before. I've known him for years. Me and him, like so Brian, I'll say this about the guy. The man handles criticism amazingly. Like that dude is probably the most stone-faced, I don't care fool I have ever met in this place. And he's good too. Like I've known him for like a couple of years. Like I've been on pretty good terms with him, and me and him are working together. I'm sure people saw that in the opening where he's like, hey, here, have some boxes and fucking just spread the good word of Pokini. And I was like, boxes are affordable again. Sure, why not? Brian's never scammed anybody. He's a trustworthy guy. About that, I'll be interested. I'm not gonna lie, because he knows the business side of things very well, and that's kind of what I got from his post. Was it's like from the business level foundation up, there's problems with it, is what I gathered from what he posted. So
it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if people can manipulate, they will, right? Not everyone got made the hall monitor and didn't abuse their power. So
that's true. I've never been a hall monitor.
Yeah, right.
I've never been one. Never. Never. I was pulled out of lockers by the hall monitor. Like someone shoved me in one, and then I had to get rescued.
That's not good. That's not good. No, yeah, I'm interested to see what Brian has to say about that, because that'll be interesting. But yeah, it's a strange time in the hobby. It's a strange time. I think more for vintage, like you were saying, like much more for vintage.
What Eric said here is kind of interesting. I don't know if you saw that. If you don't think that thousands of people weighing packs haven't been thinking of a better method for years, it's wild. This has likely been happening behind the scenes for a while. With what I'm honestly not gonna even dispute that. That probably has been.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, based on me knowing absolutely nothing, I would be like, if people have a chance,
it's just the nature of people in Pokemon. Like it's like you said, if someone's going to manipulate, they're probably going to, and I could just very much see that. Like, yeah, Rattle called it on his pack opening. Well, Rattle is a genius. I don't know what to say about that. He as much shit as I give Rattle, sometimes he is a smart guy. I'll give him that.
Inep's there. Inep did actually call it as well. He was, I think he said on someone's video, like
Inep said it. Yeah, I called that shit immediately. Well, Inep's also a smart guy. That dude's been bouncing around.
I think the thing that's a real shame is you got people dying in the waiting room of curable diseases that can't get a CT scan, and we're gonna be fucking scanning unseen forces. And
who was that? Because I brought that up in my video too, but I think the first person I saw actually was Alex. He said something about that. He's like, bro, imagine the world where we live in, where like weighing and like scanning packs is a priority for people. We got motherfuckers with like actual like diseases and tumors that need to be checked out on, and like it is wild when you put it that way.
And like, hey, you give some fucking scalper a chance to be like, hey, like, here's Mary. She's dying of cancer. She needs to scan to find out what the thing is. Or you might have like a $30,000 card in there.
That would be a show. Like that's a terrible thing to watch, but man, would that be interesting?
Handmaid's Tale, eat your heart out.
Sophie's Choice ×2.
Sophie's Choice. Do you think Pokemon will step in if it gets out of control? They got to put some kind of special card in there,
so
right?
Pokemon will do something in order to do it, but the thing is if they do have to step in and do something, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 like prints of something in order for them to do it. Once they actually implement it, like it's going to be 2 sets after or something, and when they do, it's going to affect the prices of stuff. Like the prices of packs are probably going to go up because of whatever they're using. I think. What did I see? There's people, and I could be wrong, but a lot of people were very confidently saying, so it must be true, if they use a specific kind of metaling for like the packs or something, that it'll keep the CT from being able to go through it. But I mean, that's a bridge for Pokemon Cross when it comes to it, and that's $2 more a pack for us to pay, I'm sure, later on.
I did give it a cursory Google. It doesn't go through bone, so I guess they could use
we could just use
the bone.
Pokemon just orders a bunch of like fucking like birds or something, and just like out of nowhere, they ordered like 100 million birds to the fucking printing press.
Maybe KFC stock is the one to look at right now.
Yeah, we just need some chicken wing bones. Like, if you don't want them anymore, we'll buy them from you.
Just grinding them up and sticking them in there. But
put right into the packs.
Yeah, I mean, my dream in a perfect world is that a few of these big IPs get together, Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, and they say, hey guys, like fucking like this isn't good. Like, way Impact is one thing, but they're fucking looking inside our product. Like, maybe there's some intellectual. I don't know.
They might be able to actually like go like, hey, stop doing that right now, or else we're coming for you with all of these people like Bandai, Konami, the Pokemon Company, whoever's doing One Piece printing or all that stuff.
Fucking Disney are in there too.
Yeah, dude, Disney's gonna come down with like all their lawyers. You know what they do,
man. Bob Iger's gonna get down there with Spider-Man and fix stuff.
Deadpool's gonna rock in there, just so I can start swinging.
Hey, you never know, man. They could shut it down. I mean,
they really could.
Fucking whack-a-mole.
They really could. You're not joking.
Yeah, I hope so.
Plus the box swapping.
Oh yeah,
Gonzo just put that. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Can you? Yeah, I'm talking too much. This is a good point.
Plus the box swapping. If they have a box that has nothing but a client's box has the hit, guess who doesn't have a hit now? And it's like, I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna just outright say or accuse people of doing that, because I think like it's probably like not like a good thing to just like die on a hill for, especially with like other companies. But like, I will say it's probably possible. Someone probably could do it if they wanted to. Right circumstances were there.
Yeah, I'm the employee at that place. Hey, I bought a few cases of Twilight Masquerade. Some idiots.
Hey, look at this guy right here.
They can't scan the booster boxes properly anyway, from what I gathered from J-Love's video.
Yeah, apparently it's difficult. Like, but what's funny is they literally show a scan of it on their website.
Mm-hmm.
Like they like, that's why I specifically brought that up, because apparently like they're having a hard time with it, but their website advertised a Twilight Masquerade box being scanned.
Yeah, very strange. Greninja, buy it now, guys, before it's
to the moon. I still need one actually.
How long until PokeTubers decide to CT scan packs?
I can't wait for this day.
Oh yeah, with their heads photoshopped into a CT scanner. That's a good idea for a thumbnail.
That's why JBTCG is on top, man. He knows.
Just do it. Get it. We'll see it this weekend, I think.
He's getting that mustache. I bet
that one I didn't read that one. I think there is something in there.
Other than there, just hiding a fucking pale lip from all the sun time walking I've been doing.
The sun time walking.
And he better deliver. That post scared me. Definitely waiting on his video. Yeah, he dropped the hammer with that. He's definitely like, guys, I got some big things. I checked his sub count after he did that. I think it went up like 300 or 400 subs. Like, people were like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that video is good.
It's Brian, so I mean, there's a solid chance that it is.
He's gonna get it in there. He can fit in a locker, but he fits better in my sheet.
Oh, Gonzo. Oh, big man.
All right. So Disney's, what's this one? Deadpool and Wolverine's fucking great. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
That's what everybody's saying. I like that popcorn dispenser that everyone's like posting up on social media. The one where it's just Wolverine's open mouth and you're just digging in the popcorn with it.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
You haven't seen that one? You should look
I haven't.
There's also the Dune 2 one where it's like one of those sandworms and it looks like a toy that you would use for self exploration. You should look up that one. That one's pretty interesting. It's like $150 too. Like last time I saw it on eBay.
So I haven't been to the cinema in like 4 years, man.
I haven't either.
Yeah, everything comes to that. Okay, Disney's gonna send the disabled black lesbian lawyer to drop in them. Okay,
you don't know that. They may have another one there. It might not be that one immediately.
Don't worry, Trump's gonna take care of it when he's back. Hey, he's gonna take care of it, man. He already said he would. It's in his election. Okay, I love you both. We're both looking forward to the upcoming rest of the year. I'm excited for this dragon set. I think it's releasing this year.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. What about you? I mean, the trainer stuff's next year, right? So.
Yeah, that's next year. So I mean, this year, Stellar Miracle was pretty fun. I liked the introduction of Stellar Pokemon. I liked it a lot, actually. I thought like the rainbow borders, even like the full art ones where like most people they'd pull like a terrestrial full art or something. I thought it was a pretty good change of pace. I think they look a lot better.
I like the rainbows a lot, man. I'm a big fan of rainbow res. I think they're pretty sick. And,
I think the dragon set will probably be the big one this year. It's probably going to be the big hit other than the high class one, but
yeah, I think so. I mean, everyone's getting their hopes up over like very little details, but I'm sure when we see people's, those leaked images with people's thumbnails in and stuff, we'll get a lot more excited.
You see, like just the 144p by 240p post of it.
I love those ones. Yeah, and then it's like my whole day on Instagram is just
some things never change.
Yeah. What's up,
Snack Bread?
Hey. We got here. So let's move off this friggin' CT scanner thing. I did want to talk about
yesterday's news anyway.
We just did the rainbow rares and stuff. And what's exclusive promo items you most hyped about? Do you want to answer this one? What world's exclusive promo items? I think I've only seen one of the boxes that dropped yesterday.
Yeah, there's a couple of things people were talking about. It's like I think the thing Brian was showing was that ukulele. That was pretty sick.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's apparently like a specific Pokemon brand ukulele they're doing for it. Like Brian posted something about it on that. But then I saw a couple other things too. I think one of the plushes or something that they were talking about looked pretty cool. I'd have to look at it again. But I mean, world stuff is usually kind of expensive. Yeah. So you get it where you can. If you can't, it's all right.
Well, it must be exciting for you because you play the ukulele, right?
For me, I have a ukulele. I don't play it super well, but I do have one. It's like a Hello Kitty one that Virginia has. It's like I don't even know if it's like a real ukulele. It's like one of those like $10 ones you can get like Five Below.
You must have a couple of songs. Like, is it REM? Like Losing My Religion, or like
that's a good song. I wish I could play that. I'm like 3 chords from mastering that one.
You got to practice, man. You can.
I used to play music in high school. I used to actually be in the marching band and all that stuff. So, I mean,
really,
I did.
I did not know that.
I did. I stopped as soon as I became an adult.
What was your instrument?
Trumpet. And I played that, and then I played. We also had steel drums. We also had the Caribbean island style drum things. We had one of those teams too. I played on that for a little bit, and I played the lead one, the single pan one that does all the high pitched notes.
I like that. I was singing the cool. Episode, The Office, where Michael gets back from that. You used to watch that, right? The Office.
Yeah, a little bit.
Michael gets back from Jamaica with Jan, and he's got the steel drum. Yeah. Anyway, so I did want to. So a couple of important things. I actually missed the segue that I planned. So we were talking about conspiracy theories. So first of all, the main reason I wanted to have you on here is how do I get into the cabal?
The cabal.
Yeah, the cabal. How do I get into the book? Because Roxanne said you're the guy to talk to about that.
If I'm being 100% about the cabal, they're very secretive. They're very exclusive with who they bring into the inner circle. Apparently, you have to have it's like a checklist. You have to have like a Skyridge box. You got to have like a Team Rocket box. There's a whole checklist, and then you got to submit that to PokeKnowledge or something like that, and then he will review it, and then he'll send it up to Rev or something. I don't fucking know. Nick will look at it or something, and then he makes the ultimate decision.
I love it. All right. Well, now I know what I got to do. I just got to work it, right? A dream is just a dream without a
nothing
plan.
against Homeboy. I just always thought that was funny, like that talking point. Nothing against him. It was just.
I love that.
It was funny.
I was watching that the other night, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome."
It's funny.
Great content. Great content. So speaking of conspiracy theories, so you hit 20K subs. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, ooh, thank you.
That was pretty sick. Now I have heard there is a deal that you get offered when you hit 20,000 subs. I thought it was less subs, but I hit a milestone and then I was like, I didn't get offered it. So we all know they're reprinting first edition Fossil Base Jungle. When you hit 20K, you get offered. Now, did you turn it down? Did you take a box quietly?
I'm still waiting for the letter. Apparently it comes by mail. Apparently it's like a pigeon or something. Just brings it to you. apparently it just shows up one day. I'm still waiting, but maybe for me it's 30K. Maybe I gotta work the extra mile.
Maybe you have to.
I get Rev shit all the time for that still, like to this day. Like fucking he'll post something, or like there's like a card party post where it was Pat and Nick talking about something, and it was like caption what they're saying, no wrong or all wrong answers only or something. And I put they're probably talking about some fossil set reprint or something like that, just like that. Like it's like I will not let that go because that is the best theory I've ever heard.
I really like it. Yeah, I really like it.
I love it.
I don't know.
I wish it was true,
but no, I do like it a lot. I mean, do you think there is any chance they're actually doing it?
I don't think Pokemon would be ever doing it, but I do think like it's possible. Maybe like another group of people or something, like to say like maybe they like get access to like card stock, or like they research ink or like whatever, like to duplicate those cards as best as they can.
Yep.
I won't say that's impossible. I would definitely say like people have done scummier things over less, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, so you're telling me it's happening. Okay,
it definitely could, but I don't know if Pokemon's doing it. I don't think Pokemon cares. I think if they want to do that, they do what Yu-Gi-Oh does, and they just re-release the 25th anniversary or whatever, and they'd be like, here, have Legend of Blue Eyes and Metal Raiders all over again.
Go for it. Just keep doing it.
Like really, I mean, they love money. That would print money too. Just re-release base set and fossil and all that.
Yeah. Well, now I know it's happening for sure. I've got that confirmed. So
you gotta wait for your letter in the mail.
Man, I got a long way to go. But yeah,
I'll get there.
We'll see. One day I'll call you up and be like, hey, finally happened.
Fuck yeah, bro. Nick signed it himself.
So Nick signed this. That is a good segue, because you talk about drama. You for lack of a better word, you do rip on some people pretty hard.
Yeah,
and
they do.
They deserve it. But you then see those same people at conventions, like you hang out with them. Like, so I mean, there's got to be different reception to different people and what you're calling them out for and what you're not. Like, how does that go for you within the hobby, like just as a person?
Not bad, really. Like when I went to card party, I was actually kind of expecting more people to not like me than they did. But I mean, so good example, actually. Powder TCG. I made a video way back when, and I really don't think it was that good of a video for me. But basically, he was doing top 10 cards or something. He was basically just taking screenshots from TCG Player, and I called the content real lazy, and I just ripped on him for that. I saw him there. And he brought it up once. He basically was like, I need to get better content, which means like he still thought about it. But then he was like, no, I thought that video was funny, like, and everything. I was like, yeah, dude, it was just a video. I didn't really mean anything extra crappy by it. And I mean, me and him talked pretty good over there. It really was not as bad as I was expecting. Obviously, there was a couple people that I saw kind of eyeball me a little bit, and they didn't really want to talk to me too much, which I totally get. I understand, and no one has to like anything I do or what I say. It's very polarizing. I say a lot of shit, and I deserve whatever comes from it too, with how people feel about me saying it. That comes to territory. You want to get all that, you got to get all this too. There's no pick and choose, and you can't really be super sensitive, which is one of the reasons I actually like Brian a lot, because he took a lot of it and he didn't really run with it or anything like that too. Like he's just, like I said, he just takes criticism extremely well. But it really wasn't that bad. Really, most people were super, super nice to me. Even Leonhardt said hi to me one time.
Did he really?
I don't think he like kind of like it wasn't like a full hi, but it was like a hey, how's it going? And then like walked by.
He didn't invite you back to the museum,
well, Leonhardt was kind of like he was kind of filming the whole time he was there. If he wasn't like doing stuff, so he was realistically he was pretty busy the whole time. So
Yeah, I mean that would
But
make
no,
sense.
he didn't invite me to the Black Room or anything.
The Black Room, the Neverland Ranch. Did you know it was like, was it love at first sight when you saw Dr. Applesauce, or was it just like something that kind of developed over time? Or
And he's just a guy I can't keep my fingers out of. I don't know what it is. He's a guy that he knows how to tug on heartstrings.
yeah, I mean, look, you've ripped on him pretty hard. I mean,
he's the one guy in this hobby that like I genuinely think deserves a good bit of it, if not a little more.
Good for you. Yeah, good for you. I've had limited interactions with him. He's always been nice, but I see.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, I actually wanted to. That was one of the questions. Was like, have you you met in person and he's said anything to you? I mean,
No. I've never seen him in person.
So, yeah.
So, and the big thing about him too, and I think I've said this several times before. The big reason I don't really like him at all is because of the copyright thing. Like that's the whole whole reason why I just am like, all right, dude, cool, big dog. And then he has the nerve to take like whole videos from other people and just poorly dub over them, being like, oh, look at this. It's just really hypocritical, in my opinion. It's very, I can dish it, but I can't take it type stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So let's talk a bit about content creation, because, like I mentioned earlier, you're, I kind of see not more to your content, but like another dimension to your content, which is like, I do see like the little things you do and like the way you put screenshots up, and it's stuff that like it kind of resonates with me. So I want to talk a little bit about the approach to your content. Like you must have people that are like sending you stuff all day long. Like, hey, look at this, check this out. Like, do you have to filter that a little bit? Are there things that you look for and you're like, hey, I want to jump on that and make a video? And like, how does it go from there?
I look at generally everything people send me. It comes really down to, and I hate to say it, it really generally comes down to how much of it can actually be like proven, or if anything, because like there'll sometimes be people that come with me with some pretty big accusations from people, like pretty big ones, just like outstanding amounts of money that people have taken from people. And really the only thing that they have is like a screenshot of someone saying, yeah, I'll do this sale with you. And that's really it. And they're like, but I never got this or anything. You can't really do much with that. And I mean, like, ultimately that could be like where it's like the person, you do this video and then the person on the other side's like, hey man, this whole transaction went through. This dude's scamming you and the community too. He just like basically made off with all this stuff, Yeah, you really do got to sift through it. You got to look pretty hard at what you're looking at. I'm not going to lie, like a lot of my time when I'm on my phone or something like that, I'm just looking at like things that people have sent me or looking at Reddit or whatever, just kind of scrolling through and seeing what's the happenings, and then talking to the boys, of course, and I work a lot is the other thing too. So
yeah,
generally speaking, if I'm, it's one of the three things with looking at that, at work or hanging out with the missus. It's one of the three.
Yeah. No, I'm super impressed at how prolific you are, especially right now. I feel like I can't remember when it was, like February, March time. You did a video, you had a bit of a hiatus, and you came back. And you're like, oh, just a bunch of excuses, kind of thing. Like I'm back into it. And since then, you've been on this like kind of golden run, man. Like you're just like, I'm like, wow, I wish I could make, like if I don't stay up until like 2 a.m., I can't get as many videos out. And I'm like, man, this guy's like, he's going for it. So
it's real easy when you don't have to edit much. It's true. Like if you got to type it and you can just throw like a screenshot like right here.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a little bit easier. Like none of my content's very, and like for people that make really big edited heavy like things like Professor Metry or something like that, like that stuff takes him like weeks. And I'm really impressed with that type of stuff. Like it's like, man, the dedication you have to put like that much time to a project is remarkable.
It's a passion project for people for sure. So what does it look like? You get a bit of information, or you read an article, you're on Reddit PokeInvesting, you're looking at things and you're excited about the Charizards going up. So how does it go when you're you're like, okay, I'm going to make a video about that. What happens next?
Brainstorm it a little bit. Like it's really not anything. I kind of will talk about it with like the missus, or I'll talk about it with the boys or something like that. Be like, hey, what do you guys kind of think about this? Or hey, what's up with this? Or like, what do you guys truly think about this whole thing? And then if it's like other topics where I'm like looking into it, or like there's more things, there's several layers of something a little bit, and you can kind of put your own thing together. Usually like about an hour of like looking stuff over, fact checking things, and then ultimately coming in here, recording and regurgitating what I thought about for a little bit best I can. It's That's really it. I don't
You do
really.
a couple of takes, or you just do what? You're like, hey, fuck, I got a couple.
Usually
of
one. I'll just usually do one. Sometimes I'll edit out little things where I'll be like, but like, I'll usually just go.
That's cool, man.
Like the video today was like one take. I just went.
Good for you. Fuck. That is cool. That is cool. All right, I got to pay attention to chat because I've been friggin' off it.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Keith. You're welcome.
Oh, hey. Appreciate your service, man.
Pokemon Together promos. Yeah, I paid like $200 for some of those like 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, now they're bundled with a bunch of like things of the Pokemon. I saw that. I think Rattle actually did a video about that too. Like it was like the Eevee and the Pikachu, right?
Yeah, they want to get rid of old stock. They fucking.
So they've bundled those promos.
Fuck, man, it's the last time I do that.
It's kind of funny because like I get like where people are mad, but at the same time, it's like Pokemon just reprinting things or dropping it with stuff that's not new.
You can't really be surprised. Yeah, it's just
one of the burns in the hobby. I'm sure for people that were banking on those being, a money card later on, I know that probably sucks. But
yeah, I wanted it for my master set, so I'm like, great. Like I like my 151 anyway, but whatever. It's not. They are
151 cards. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I'm so excited for the trainers Pokemon. Going to be insane. Hope they bring back Rocket's Mewtwo, Giovanni's Mewtwo.
It's gonna be so good. Like honestly, that set's gonna be that's gonna be a banger of a set. Like I'm kind of getting like Dream League vibes from that already. I know that's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah,
but for someone who was around when Dream League released, like it's got that same type of feel already.
Maybe it will be Mewtwo's Mewtwo. He's his own
Mewtwo's Mewtwo. Mew's Mewtwo.
Is Funko really dead? I have no idea.
I mean, they still are making them. Like, I just got the Vulpix one 2-3 days ago. The pearlescent one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're still making them for Pokemon. People still buy them.
I have a few. I saw they were doing mini Funkos now. These tiny little Deadpool ones or something. But
yeah, it's like not big or something. I'm not a big fan of those, but like the bigger ones for Pokemon, and I got some Yu-Gi-Oh ones too. I think I picked up the Winkaribo and Jaden not too long ago.
People are still. I don't know. I see like when I go to conventions or whatever. I see tons of people are buying them.
Yeah, they still do well.
Yeah. I don't really know what went on there. Like that's not my area. So,
no, I know Loco Los in our little Steps Challenge group. He's a big Funko guy. He'd probably be a guy to talk to.
Hit him up, man. Hit him up. He plays it like a guitar. I think he means a ukulele. I'm so far behind, guys. I was just sitting here drinking, listening to you and chatting, and I'm like, man, this chat's really dead.
Yeah, I know.
I scrolled down and I was like, oh, there's all these comments I haven't seen.
Man, you're a popular guy. Your show's doing great.
It's fun, man. I'm just having a good time. So I don't say this much. So my wife has a brain injury. She was in a car accident a while ago. So
I'm sorry, man.
It sucks. I started this channel to kind of get into the community more, bring people to me. So the fact that I'm able to hang out with you in my basement on a Saturday night in my shorts is friggin' awesome. Like I love it. So thank you. So
dude, nowhere else I'd rather be. Hanging out in shorts and just talking about some nerd shit. I love it, dude.
Oh, I forgot. Happy belated birthday as well.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I forgot about that yesterday because I was working. Like people were dropping like stuff all day yesterday about it too, and I like got home and I was like, that's awesome. Like I had like about like 60, 70 people that said something, and I tried to go back and like say thank you to like every single. It was amazing.
So cool. Thank you. Well, thanks. It's a birthday weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. Like I said, nowhere else I'd rather be.
Both your thoughts on the seemingly increasing trend of younger people thinking it's okay to steal. Yeah.
Jesus, that video blew up, and I was not expecting that at all.
It's kind of concerning, man. I mean, I'll let you answer this stuff because you're my guest, but where are we at with this crap, man?
I mean, there's always been people that stole stuff, but it does. I don't know if it's just more people are recording. I think that has a lot to do with things. I've noticed, especially when it's like card party. I think I talked about in the video. Whenever I was like buying cards or something like that, the vendors would usually like, hey, I want this card, this card. They'd like show it to a camera over here, or they'd like take a picture of it for Instagram or something like that. So I think vendors are just tired of getting their stuff lifted.
Yeah,
it's really easy to do. Like you'll see it on videos and stuff where people like do like the really good card finesses. There's a couple really good videos where you can't even tell really someone did it unless you like slow it down and watch them like flipping through and like they're like doing stuff like this and they like slide it under something else. And then like, it's like, holy hell, there are people that are getting really good at it. The young people too. They're the ones that are actually like really good at it. Like that noticed too.
Well, some are bad. I saw the Rock Sandy video and then I saw his follow-up video. I was like,
Yeah,
All the comments are like,
that
"This
was
kid's
not
black." I'm like, this is not cool. Like,
that's YouTube, man. And it's unfortunate. I hate that part of it too. Like the only thing you can do with like comments like that is just fucking ignore them, like 100%, because that's not the point of the video. That's not what it is. There's plenty of people of any demographic, young, old, any spectrum of anybody that just yanks stuff up, man. That's just not. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's crap, man. I mean, look, hopefully the camera stuff kind of. I think, you know what? Actually, I wanted to ask you about this. So, is it 1,000 Charizards or 1,000 Charizards or 10,000 Charizards?
Oh, 100 Charizards or whatever.
Yeah, 100 Charizards. Too many zeros. But for me, anyway. So he actually posted in his stories. I don't know if you saw it or not, but he said something along the lines of, "You guys are just drawing attention to how little security there is at these shows. Like, it's not cool. Like, we shouldn't be drawing attention to it."
What the hell? Like, what do you want from us? Do you want us to you want people to help you find these guys or what?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, well, maybe it should have attention drawn to it, not for
like, come on, man. Like, maybe we're trying to help.
Yeah, maybe the shows will beef up the security. Maybe they'll do something like that's a little more than there is now, right? Because clearly there's a problem, and if you keep letting it go the way it goes, it's just going to stay the same. Like, it'll get worse.
Like, I guess I kind of see what you're trying to say, but at the same time, it's like, well, if that's an actual issue that's happening, and like all you're going to do by not doing anything about it is like discourage vendors from wanting to use your actual card show to like sell that, because you guys aren't going to beef it up and hold people accountable for people stealing your stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Hurricane Truth is on here. Hurricane Truth. Truth. You are not a bot. 9/11 was an inside job.
All right.
I don't think this is a channel to talk about that. I mean,
there's other channels.
They don't just melt when a plane flies into them. Tower 5. Okay. There was a written test and a physical. Where is this in the chat? This is probably a really funny joke. I'm sorry, Gonzo.
It probably is. Gonzo's very good at those, and I'm trying to remember where that was.
Guys, I'm so bad at this chat stuff. Opossum Bud, trumpet or skin flute?
Oh, that was when I was talking about marching band. So let's be further back.
Wow, we're like fucking half an hour ago.
Oh, skin flute. Oh, that takes me back.
Rob is white enough, but not old enough. Also, have you known the Cabal's secret handshake? Oh, okay.
This is way back.
Oh, wait. Rock's in here. Or he was.
I'll enter you for $5 for a friend. Oh, my God. Yeah, this is the Cabal. He's talking about getting you a letter.
Okay, yes, please, Rock. Well, when we meet up, hopefully, I mean, I'm going to get that Skyridge booster box right away. Yeah. Get my line of credit sorted out on that one. I was going to hear about a Opossum Bud throwing down with someone at card party.
That's talking of. I'm really. There was a couple people that I feel like I talked to people, and at first they were kind of hesitant to say anything to me, but after like 30 seconds, they started talking to me a little bit more, and they were like, "Oh, this guy's not like a total douchebag 24/7." It's like, yeah, it's crazy, right? It's nuts. It's almost like I don't talk like that all the time.
Hold up. Let me discount my fault.
I don't know what that's about.
Sorry. Cabal is
more Cabal.
Market, allegedly.
Thanks, Trev.
I'm going to say I'm a generous guy.
That's true. Rock is very generous. Card Prison was a massive success, too.
I love that idea. I love that.
It's so good.
Lock up your waifus. I'd eyeball you for sure. I would eyeball you now, just knowing this.
That's, very generous. Ooh, super generous.
Sorry, guys. There's so many comments out there.
I kind of like reading them without context, though. It gives a layer of mystery to it.
Yeah, it really does. We will never know. I wish there was a Discord to talk about Pokemon. I think there are a lot.
That's crazy. There's a Pokemon Discord somewhere.
I think there's one. Join the nostalgia.
Roxanne, get on it. Get on that Discord. Make one quick.
Thanks, Hurricane. I have no idea what's happening right now.
Was that about 9/11? Was that what he's talking about?
Maybe. Someone who had my favorite costume. Oh, this is I would not. That sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty crap.
No, I wouldn't wish that on anybody either. Like even like people.
No.
Applesauce doesn't deserve to have his card stolen.
No,
100%.
He definitely doesn't. No, he definitely maybe a Funko Pop or two, but
yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm joking, just for the record.
No, not even his Funko Pops.
I think he's done with those.
I think so too. He dropped those a few years ago, I think.
When is Opossum Bud? Yeah, okay. So we got to. I know you're a big fan of mystery packs.
Oh my God tier mystery packs. Oh my God.
When are we? I do obviously want to talk about your partnership upcoming with Whatnot as well. So it's probably a good segue to get into.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So that's pretty important. So yeah, I mean the mystery pack thing. Like, why is it so bad? I mean, people want to gamble and people want to take advantage of people who want to gamble. Like, what's so bad?
So like that's like kind of the thing where I like most people are really one where I'm very neutral about like mystery packs as a whole because I'm not so like tone deaf that I can't acknowledge that a mystery pack that's made genuinely is really not much different than an actual booster pack.
Mm.
I will say, however, I think the price for what you're getting for a lot of them, I just don't think is worth that at all. And I think that's where like it just comes like it's for me personally, this is me. I would rather just get a booster box of something and attempt to pull some of my favorite cards out of something as opposed to getting 5 random booster packs with a chance at a vintage crazy pack that who even knows? Like let's be real, who genuinely knows what you're going to get out of that pack too?
So you're saying they're a good thing, and you're launching.
I'm saying they're not different than a regular booster pack. Like there are people that I'm sure scam them up a little bit and like don't put anything good stuff in it. And I will say the criticism Vert got for his shiny Vert God packs, I will say that was probably warranted because it did look like he was just dumping bulk like into little packs. And I love Vert to death, I do, but like, it did look kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie.
Who has the best mystery packs?
That's probably Danny Phantom. I mean, he's really the one I hear everybody say is good. So I'm not sure if he still does it, but apparently his were like 28 or 30 bucks or something like that. It came in like a little fanny pack looking thing. I think it had 6 or 7 packs in them with a chance of like a Sun and Moon or X and Y pack in them too. And I think that was like 30, 32 bucks. His never stay in stock though. Like as soon as he like drops them, they're gone.
Yeah. That guy's a genius. I like Danny.
No, Danny's great. I love Danny.
Yeah, he's cool. He's one of the first guys I ever watched. Okay, can't wait for Wave 2. Can't wait for Card Prison. Okay.
That's gonna be the black binders.
Okay, so Whatnot. I know you're big on Whatnot.
Oh yeah, love it.
I did genuinely want to ask you, like, where do you actually stand on the whole streaming box breaking kind of phenomenon or trend or whatever you want to call it?
It's fair.
Rung up. Like, how do you actually feel about people opening packs and charging people for it? Like, what do you think?
Me personally, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's just I would much rather open packs myself. The big reason I'm got a really sour taste in my mouth is, like I said, I used to make content on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I was around whenever Whatnot first kicked off, like selling booster packs like that. And that was when Champions Path and Shining Fates and like all that stuff was huge. And I remember, and it was not uncommon to see it all. I remember seeing like people on there fresh selling booster packs, like singular booster packs of those for 35, 40, 45 bucks a single pack. And people happily paying those prices. Oh, excuse me.
It's okay. I'm burping a lot over here, man.
Yeah, I think I just swallowed a lot of hot air. But, and like, it's their choice. They can spend their money however they want. But it always was crazy to me how like people were just kind of cool with that. Like, just you're cool overspending that much on a pack, and it's never sat very well with me because of the huge dynamic that comes with that too. I mean, like, number one, you don't really know like what people are doing with those packs in the first place behind the scene. Like, because remember, Whatnot when it first was kicked off, there wasn't like a ton of regulations about like what you could or couldn't do. People would just be like throwing boxes all around. People would be like bringing packs in from off screen. People would be like doing all kinds of stuff, and people were paying just an absurd amount of money for it too, like 35, 40 bucks in hopes of pulling like a Charizard. And some people did, and some of the giveaways were okay. Not everyone on that website was bad or anything, and I mean it did its job, but at the same time, like there was enough degeneracy there that it really turned me off, and I've just never looked at it the same. There's still a lot. There's still a lot of it on there too. It's not for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. No, I wanted to get your take on that. I got a lot of friends who do it. You know, I think they're pretty cool guys. But
if people do it, it's okay. I'm not gonna like hate someone who does it or anything. It's just not for me.
Just not for you. Yeah, no, that's totally cool. Danny is my daddy. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense now.
You guys have the same hairline.
Dan, well, he named they've got the same name.
That's true.
He named him after himself.
He did name him. That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Danny Phantom, how narcissistic of you. Naming your kid
I'm trying to
after
remember what he was before Danny Phantom. I remember seeing him on Instagram. He went by something previously before that. It'll come to me. It'll come to me later. He used to be called something else.
Maybe so. I like Danny Phantom better.
Danny Phantom is good.
Phantom though, like a
car
that drives itself. Like,
yeah.
or sorry, I'm thinking Knight Rider. What am I doing?
Well, that too. Yeah. I mean, I just remember watching the show on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I remember Phantom. Yeah. Oh, those are the days, man.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the days. He's from the best state too. What state is he from? I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a funny thing to say.
I like Hurricane. You're funny. Wisconsin. Okay. Oh yeah, of course he is. Green Bay Packers.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
The
Hasn't been
state.
the same since Aaron Rodgers left. Hurricane. You probably like Aaron Rodgers a lot. I mean,
is it mandatory to have nice hair to be a successful YouTuber? No, not true. You don't need it. That's there's plenty of examples of.
Yeah, look at Mimic Brew. He doesn't have a lot of hair. Yeah. Fucking great.
I was trying not to say him, but
I can say it. Whatever. No one cares.
I love you, dude.
I hope nice arm hair qualifies. It does, CJC.
Yeah, I don't have very much, so it's okay.
Opossum Bud looks like Mario.
I've heard that a lot growing up. I've also heard I look like Rick Moranis a lot too.
So I did want to ask you. This is something I have never been able to piece together, and maybe shame on me. Why Opossum Bud, not Possum Bud? Where does the name come from? Like, what's the backstory here?
There is no backstory. It's crazy. So I like a Goofy movie. I like that movie a lot. And there was that part where they went to Possum Park or whatever.
Yeah.
And they went there. And so for a while, like my handles and all that stuff was like Possum Pal, but that was taken on YouTube. So I just did Opossum Bud. That's it. There's nothing crazy about it. There's literally nothing. No crazy conspiracy or nothing. And I did the Bobby Hill thing because I used to weigh a good little bit more. You can go back in my videos and see. I used to kind of look like that.
Okay, I thought there was going to be more. Like you went to a zoo and like a possum bit you, and now you can smell stuff.
I've seen 3 actual live possums my whole life that were like out in the wild, like running around in the streets and stuff. That's it.
Man.
Nope.
Bruce angry. He's not really. He thinks it's funny.
Oh no.
Sorry, you have great arm hair though. Dan.
You do. It's I don't have any, and we could trade a little bit up.
Mine's very blonde. I have a lot of it, but it's very blonde. So yeah, the ladies don't like that too much. Little albino
Wisconsin
arm hair. Friggin' Wisconsin. And that's what I have. Good hair, nice shaved head, no fuckboy hair.
Yeah, the broccoli cut, that's a no-go. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Pokemon pages like that yet. Like, I'm waiting for that wave of people to get in.
What? So explain this exactly to me, like, because I'm missing this. Like, how is this? How do they look?
A broccoli cut? It's like the TikTok fuckboy guys. Like, they have so what they do is they like shave their sides, but like the top, like I actually could have a fuckboy haircut too. It's basically like my shit, like this, but it bumps out like here and it bumps out like here too, but their sides are really short.
Okay, maybe I'll ask my hairdresser if she can do it to me.
You probably could. You could get one too. Like I
could gel it. I could do the next generation.
We could be the 30-year-old broccoli boys.
Nick, we've cracked the code, my friend.
Mm-hmm. And that's how we get the younger people to view our stuff too, because we have the relatable hairstyles.
I don't think young people they're like, what the hell is this guy?
They don't.
He's not telling me to buy it. Like, Fanny can talk for 20 minutes. Yeah, I've
noticed that dude does not do takes. I swear to God, he doesn't.
No.
He just turns on the camera and he just goes.
I have so much respect for that. I don't know if someone scripts it or if he scripts it first or if he just goes because he's looking straight at the camera the whole fucking time.
I don't script my stuff, so he probably doesn't. Like he just probably off the top of his head just shoots it.
I think my impression is, and I would love to chat to him about it one day, is he builds a deck. Or someone builds a deck with him, and then he's got the talking points. He's just so knowledgeable. He's just boom, I'm going.
He's been like that for years too, like just TCG knowledge for days.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I just so you know, I use a teleprompter. Like I script things, I use a teleprompter, and I go like I cannot.
There's no worries. It probably
I could not do that.
Produces better videos, honestly.
Well, kind of that's debatable. Okay, Opossum Bud looks like a real Sorry, I got to put it up. Real badass with all these Pokemon toys behind him.
Yeah, because that's what I'm going for. The guy that'll beat you up and take your milk money. Yeah, that's true.
That's
what I do.
You're beating people up under bridges.
Yeah, fucking give me your milk money, fool. Strawberry, that's my favorite.
So let's do. I did want to ask you like a couple of like who would win in a fight, because I think you mentioned in one of your recent videos about. Actually, no, I went way back. It was a video on. It was a Twitter argument between PokeRev and Seismic Shock. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Leonhardt fighting PokeRev, and I believe that it was late, so I believe the comment was something like someone left a comment on a video saying Leonhardt would get PokeRev would get rocked in a boxing match with Leonhardt.
I legitimately do not think that's true. Like having met Rev in person, and that dude's strong. That dude's really strong.
How tall is he in person?
So he's not like super tall. He's like a little bit taller than me. He's not a aggressively tall guy or anything. He's like 5'8" or something maybe. Like it's not big. That dude, but like Leonhardt's not super tall either. Like not really. They're comparable in height, I would say, but weight, nah, not even close. So they wouldn't fight anyway. They're not weight compatible.
Oh, I see. Okay, they're in different weight classes.
Like fucking Rev's jacked as shit.
Okay, so he'd be the heavyweight, and Leonhardt would be the featherweight kind of.
Maybe not feather. I mean, he'd be lighter, but I know Leonhardt probably could get into better shape and probably bulk up some.
I think we all could. I'm working on it right now too.
Yeah, so I'm trying. Steps challenge.
Little more apple juice.
I don't even have time to like lift the whole weights anymore because I'm walking so freaking much.
Good. What about applesauce versus twice baked Jake? Who'd win that one?
Probably applesauce. Applesauce kind of tall from what I've seen.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's got the reach.
Applesauce is kind of a big dude, honestly.
Okay, all right. That makes sense. So watch some of his videos a bit bigger. Okay, that makes sense. All right. What about Brian versus? What are you laughing about?
I can't imagine Brian fighting anybody. I'm trying to imagine it.
Well, let's give him an opponent that's a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't want to say feminine, but like
not.
I want to say like a little more metrosexual,
basically, like
a
more peaceful.
Yes.
Individual.
Like Pokemon, maybe. I don't know. Like,
that's messed up.
I think she'd win. I think Anne-Marie would beat her.
I open packs against her. Yeah, she's tall too. Kind of. She's kind of tall.
Is she? Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. So I'm trying to think who else I was going to say. It'll come to me. We can come back to brawlers later. We can start our own cabal. Wow, we're so far behind on this chat.
Broccoli banditos.
I got to bail. Love lives. Oh, good night. Good night, CJC.
Yeah, CJC.
You're dead to me forever for leaving.
Rev is 5'6". Rev is a little bit taller than me. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, so let's talk market manipulation.
Sure.
I got it on my stuff. So I think actually Dan, I think Mimic Brew was telling me, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he wants to chat to him. It's one of the guys I think that pumps up the Ghastly that I think you know.
Oh, you're talking the Zero dude or whatever the heck it is.
I
like
think
it's
so.
always
Yeah.
on listings. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So what do you really make of this, man? I mean, this whole TCG player thing, like, what's the deal for people? Like someone new coming into the hobby, like, what do you tell them?
It's insane. So I warned people kind of about this 2 years ago, and it was like it got the exact same response, but it was only on the Japanese side of the market because literally people have so much control over this market. They just don't really. Some people don't quite realize how much they have control over it yet. So literally, all you really need is like 3 or 4 people to buy a card consistently or sell a card consistently enough at like some kind of crazy price. Between them, legit sales, illegitimate sales, whatever the hell it is, because none of this stuff is like moderated or anything, right? Legitimately, like the FOMO for certain things for like money, especially English side of the market right now, is so crazy for new people coming in because of the cards that are coming out. And people, of course, like everyone likes pulling rare cards, expensive cards, and all that. That people will see like movements like that. They'll see 3, 4, 5 things. And it's almost the same as chasing like content ideas or something like that, or like the next big craze for content. Like someone will open something up and then what was it? I think it was like the PokeRev, the God boxes, he did. You know how he like started doing those, and then a ton of people started doing them. PokeRev did his mystery packs. Then everyone, their mom, like did mystery packs exactly like that. I think people get real bad FOMO for like certain cards. They'll see cards starting to creep up, and people are like, oh, I got to do that. So then they'll make legitimate sales on those, keep it at that price, and then people will kind of like go based off that. And then assholes like me and other people online will talk about that stuff and be like, look at these prices. Look look at crazy stuff. Just like freaking out about this. And I mean, like on one hand, I get it. Like talking about it makes it worse. On the other hand, it's already happening before I even open my mouth about it.
Yeah.
Because people are already doing it. I mean, we've seen it happen before with it. The English market is just doing exactly what the Japanese market did. Exactly the same thing.
Well, the Japanese market, from my understanding, is heavily controlled as well by
their stores.
By the stores, yeah, by the card stores themselves, right? They set the prices, they do the things, and I think it does seem to me like there's a bit of a battle going on between the stores and the actual Pokemon company.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, which is good for the collectors right now. But
yeah, I know the yen's kind of down too. Like it's a pretty record low for certain things. Some cards, if you get them in their yen equivalent, like you're getting them for like stupidly low compared to what people are selling them for on eBay. After like the conversion and stuff, like it's if you go to Japan, it's insane how cheap some of those cards are right now.
Have you been over recently, or have you been over?
2022, I went over there for work. I was over there for like a week, and we went over there just to do stuff for government, military, all that shit. And we got to walk around a little bit, and even then, there wasn't a lot of boxes or anything because that was like height of Japanese market. But when I was over there, they had those machines, and like some of the full art trainers that I had collected were like the top tier prize of those like actual like things. It's like, oh, you pull this, you put in money, you could get like any like level prize. It's like from D, C, B, A, S, and then like double S. Double S was like, I remember one time it was like Mother Beast Lucamine from Ultra Prism, but it was the Japanese equivalent. I picked up that card for like $20 back in the day, and then I was looking at it. It's like a fucking $1,300 card. I'm like, what is going on here right now? Like, no one cared. Like, because I cannot express to people how much people did not care about trainers outside of building decks and using them for their playability. Nobody cared. I can't. And like people like act like I wasn't there. It's like, bro, like I don't have these cards because I'm rich. It's like far from it. I don't have them because I have money. No one cared about them.
That's it. That's it, man.
It just nobody cared, and then they just exploded, and then they slowly started creeping back down. Obviously, they're never going to get to as low as they once were. Like Licia, I think is still holding $800, $900 in Japanese, but compared to 3,000 that she was at one stupid point, I mean, something.
So in my mind, I'm seeing a graph here that's kind of gone like way up, and now it's come down a little bit. So guys, I think you know what that means. You got to buy it now.
Buy the dip, baby.
Buy the dip.
I know exactly where you're going after you said it.
And I do want to say I have some criticism of your content, Nick.
That's fair.
I know you can take criticism. So you do handle some of the investing stuff, and I think you do it quite adeptly. My problem is with your thumbnails. Okay.
Sure.
So you did one recently. You had Lugia. I say Lugia like it's fun to stay at the YMC Lugia.
Yeah.
And you had Lugia and Charizard. Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars. I had zero context on the investment side because you'd missed putting an upwards or downwards arrow in your thumbnail. So if you could have that,
I really do need to
with you an expression, like, I mean, can you help us out here a little bit?
I do criticize thumbnails quite a bit, and then here I am just shitting. Like, I'll be the first to admit, and this is not even me being funny. My thumbnails are shit. Like, I do the worst thumbnails. Which is why, like, I make fun of other people's thumbnails. Some people don't get the joke. They think I'm just being fucking mean for no reason. It's like, no, it's because it's funny that I make the worst thumbnails in the space, and I'm literally telling people how to make their thumbnails.
I think your thumbnails are actually pretty good. Do you?
They're such ass. Like, they're so bad.
I like them. I think they stand out. I always know if it's a Opossum Bud thumb. So I like the ones where you just like it's like just a screenshot from the video. I think. And I'm like, okay, good. Whatever one YouTube gives you when you upload, you're just like, yeah, sure, that's good.
Yeah, sure. YouTube knows best. They're my boss anyway. Why not, dude? Throw it up, man. You know what's best.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right though. Like my thumbnails are ass. I really could
get a few up. I'm just saying, a couple more like stock chart arrows going up.
What's funny too is that legitimately probably would help the videos.
That's the funny thing.
That probably would.
Okay, so I'm behind on some comments here, but I do want to address a couple of people who have left some very good comments, and I'm sorry I'm not acknowledging you. Okay, so someone's saying Mimic. So I'm just gonna call it now. If it was Mimic Brew versus me in a fight, I would win.
Oh,
so
yeah. He beat me though. That dude looks like he knows how to throw some guys around, like AKA me. He just grabbed me and
I don't know. I'm pretty tall. I got good reach. I think I could keep him safe a little bit.
I can't. He'd like do this, like have his hand back and I'd just be like trying to get him. I wouldn't even be able to reach him.
I could tire him out a little bit. So Evo TCG is lovely. There are some suspicious whatnot sellers for sure. There's some really trustworthy that follow the rules. Yeah, 100%. There are some great people out there on the platform. Mimic Brew says, "Yup, Rob would win for sure." I tried to do some manipulation, says the Bagel Master, but no one wants the Houndoom from. And that's
not yet. Not yet.
You heard it here first, guys. Buy it now.
Yet.
It's going up to the moon.
Talk to Ryan. Have Ryan do a chase stream for it. And I mean, why? Yeah. You know what's funny is he told me about that too. He's like, bro, I'm about to do a fucking Pokemon Go stream one day, and I'm gonna hunt the Conkeldurr. And sure enough, I went and looked at Conkeldurr like 5 hours after he did it, and like it went. I mean, it wasn't any crazy. It was like a $2 card, but it went from $2 to $8, which was that's kind of nutty. That's like what, 400%?
Little insider information. It is 400%. That's the crazy.
Ryan doesn't give a shit though. He's like, fuck yeah, I want to chase this Conkeldurr. I don't give a shit.
Wait for it, man. Don't buy the Houndoom. What's the thumbnail? Not yet.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, just like some guys like. There we go.
That's the thumbnail. There, you got it. We're going to use that.
See the card in it.
It's cool. No, sorry, it's just buy. That's what he does. He does just buy the card, right? Just buy the Blazer kid. Just buy the Houndoom, like this. What are you laughing at?
This is funny. This is a funny. I'm imagining it. I'm imagining the thumbnail right now.
You know the thumbnail where he's like got his like chin squished up, and it's funny.
It's like they're looking at it like it's like got the plague or something. Like yeah.
What's Opossum's favorite card? That's a great question.
Like my favorite trainer is Welder. I've always liked that Welder card a good little bit. That's my favorite female trainer. My favorite male trainer is N, like the one from the Best of XY. I have that 1 in 10 somewhere around here. 1 second. It's around here somewhere. Well, I'll find it at some point.
You didn't even find it?
No, I said it somewhere. It's in a green card grade thing. It's around. We're moving stuff around here a little bit. Like you can't see, but like everything back behind here is all Pokemon stuff too. It's like a ton of shelves and stuff. And we're moving stuff around.
Yeah, I always liked N. He dreamed of a better world.
Who?
N.
And yeah, dude, it's so good. Black and White is like the goated generation, in my opinion.
It really is, yeah. So I played Black and White, and then I think I went back to X and Y a little bit, but I had like a pretty big break. That was when my life got pretty crazy, and just with other stuff, and yeah, like I always remember Black and White, just gorgeous.
It's great. I will say X and Y. I replayed it recently, and I will say the soundtrack for X and Y is like way better than I remember it being. Like they put some really good music in XY.
Okay, I'll have to go back to that. I got it up here somewhere, I think.
Like some fantastic songs are in that actual game. Like some that are like, this isn't a Pokemon game. Holy hell!
Yeah, some of the music, man, is just transcendent. Really whatever kind of MK Ultra fucking mind experiments they were doing on us, like
Lavender Town, it got me thinking. That's all I'll say.
There we go. It's Houndour.
Is it Houndour or Houndour?
Look, dude, you are the last. Like, I'm the last person to tell you how to pronounce stuff. People in my comments,
I specifically still say Rayquaza just to make people mad.
Like people, I don't know. I don't mean to trigger people, but like they comment and say you're saying it wrong, and I'm like,
oh, am I? I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm like, look, when like the game when I played it didn't have any fucking people telling me what it said. I just read it the way it came out. It's like, anyway. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Pokemon themselves have said Arceus and Arceus. They said both. Which one's real? They said both.
I can't say Arceus without laughing.
Yeah.
One day I'll make an actual thumbnail that's not just my puppy.
Oh yeah, you do have like thumbnails. They're just like I have seen them now that you mention it.
Yeah. He does it to the group, and it's funny. Luckily, they get the joke. What is this in reference to, Gonzo?
It could be anything. I do say a lot of off the wall stuff in our chat, so I'm not sure.
I need to get an intern or someone to like be in here and monitor the chat.
Yeah, it's a stenographer.
The thumbnails are not thumbnailing. Yeah, that's true.
No, they're not. Rock is the real thumbnail guy.
He is as well. He is as well. I'm gonna ask Rock if he builds the levels. Is it Minecraft or what game is he playing? Like, what are you laughing at?
Because he doesn't.
Like
I told him people think he's playing. He gets he has like royalty free Minecraft gameplay in his background. Because I thought he played it too. Because he used to do it for like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. No, he just gets some gameplay that's like royalty free that he can put in the background and he throws it on. I said the same thing. I was like, bro, what?
I'm like, he's the worst player of the game. Like I don't even know how to play the game. And I'm like, you just keep going around the same. You don't even get any items.
So funny. Because I told him too. I was like, bro, people 100% think you play the game.
Yeah, like that's actually. I think I'm going to unsubscribe now. That's actually spoiled my.
You should actually. That'll
experience. I'm more nervous when I script something to just say, no, I like.
No, that's how I am too.
Yeah, I don't know. I do canned videos too, but like I don't know. I like to read stuff like a newscaster. I think it's funny.
Professional.
The Bigger Master laughed.
Yeah.
With modern cars, does size look? Size always makes a big difference. Okay,
that's what I've always heard.
Doesn't matter what they say. Okay, it is a big deal.
Yep, they go in those bathrooms. They talk.
Can a small Is this a serious question?
It is a small setup pass a big set. So I mean, to answer your question legitimately, small sets are easier to complete. Big sets are. I don't know. There's something about a big set though. I don't really know. Like it's not necessarily more hype or anything, but it's just more. You got more diversity. You can open a box and like say you want another box. The chances of you just doubling up on things, that's the problem with like Japanese sets. I will say I love Japanese cards, but if you open like 2 boxes of it, especially with like ARs, like doubling and tripling up on SARs, if you open 2 or 3 boxes, is not uncommon at all.
I don't know. I kind of like they're like a haiku and like a long poem, right? Like I like the Japanese set.
You got multiple things in the English side, and then it's short and sweet in Japanese. You know what you're getting. It's very consistent with Japanese. Every single time you're gonna get this. You at least know you're gonna get 1 SR. What it is could be anything, but you're at least gonna get 1.
Yeah, I like 150 cards as opposed to 300. Just working up in Germany, watched your CT video. Guess I'll be watching me. That's good. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, appreciate the video. This is how you feel about it. It's your call. You do you. Yeah, type how you feel. It's okay.
How is it your favorite card? You don't know where it is.
I'll tell you, it's in here somewhere. It's not exclusively mine. Virginia also, that's one of her favorite cards too. So she's moving stuff around here. It's in here somewhere. Don't worry.
Okay, so that's actually a really good question I just thought of. So my wife she's not into Pokemon at all, right? That's cool, right? She just supports me, whatever. She's into her stuff. You guys, in your marriage, from what I understand, you guys are both heavily into it, you know? How does that work with the collections? Like, is it like, hey, now, we're married, it's ours?
So what's mine is hers, and what hers is what she says to me. No, so seriously, like we just split most stuff. So like there's obviously cards that people like more than others. So we all own the cards, right? It's our collection, but essentially she likes the evolutions and stuff more. She likes Charizard a good bit more, and she likes a couple things a little bit more. But like, so that's more her collection, I suppose, if like we really wanted to split it and be like that. But then like full art trainers and then alternate arts for the most part, she's not really a big one with those. So those, I guess, would be more for me, I suppose. Okay. And then like rainbow rares, like we have a ton of the Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon rainbow rares in Japanese. Okay. We just like them, I guess. I don't know. Like the Charizard GX rainbow is hers. The the Rayquaza GX Rainbow is mine if we really wanted to be real petty about it, I guess. But we just split stuff. Cool. A lot of the stuff we buy, like, I mean, like, she really likes the Funko Pops and the plushies. I really like the figures. Like, there was one time someone said something because there's like a purse or like boots or like it's like a Pokemon collab or something like that, and people are like, "Oh, Opossum Bud's got boots in the background." I didn't care, but like those are hers from like a collab. They just like she put them up or something in the background, but yeah, I also have the mangas and stuff too. Like, I'm a big manga collector of that stuff. They're behind here. Then I got some of the old school figures and like old Pokemon Tech Deck skateboard looking things. I got a bunch of those like over there. So I guess that'd be more mine. I guess.
I like that. I like that. What's hers is hers.
Ultimately, if she wants it, I mean, it's who am I to stop her? But
you're a smart man, my friend. Smart man.
Got married for as long as I am without compromise.
So what's a grail you're chasing? Well, what would be your ultimate grail? I guess is a better question.
Ultimate grail, dude. I'm still so. I was around in 2016, like collecting Pokemon cards and stuff still, but like I was just broke as shit. I didn't have a ton of money. I ended up getting 2 of the cosplay Pikachu boxes. I think I've shown them off before. One of them was the Mega Charizard Pikachu Y, the one where it's like got that. So I got that promo, and the other one was the Team Skull cosplay Pikachu one. I am still so upset that I just didn't say fuck it. I'm gonna eat ramen for another month. And just buy a couple of the other ones, like the Rayquaza one or the Gyarados one, because those are big ones I regret not picking up, like big time. So at some point, if I can ever grab those, that'd be my big grail. And then I mean, everybody wants these ones, but the full art trainers, the Rocket briefcase one, the Giovanni and the Jesse and James, those super nice ones. I once again, like a fucking goober, just wanted to pay my bills and to be responsible that month. I should have just said, nah, throw it on.
No, you did the right thing. I think so often that stuff doesn't work out for people.
It does, and I don't regret it. It's just I wish I did pick up some stuff. I wish if I could pick them up, that would have been great. But
so speaking of content ideas, I think we've got your investing mistakes video here right now. There you go. Just
guys, put it all on credit card.
Just put it all on credit card. Like if you don't like put it all on credit cards and just freaking don't eat good food, just torture yourself, you're making a mistake.
That car payment, that's just a recommendation. You gotta make that.
Rent? You don't need a place to live.
Fuck that. That's the only cardboard you need is in your hands, baby.
G-baited. What is it? What is it? G-baited. What does that mean?
You just G-baited. I'm sure that's related to something I did. I think it was for the inn, I think.
Oh, I thought you knew. I thought you were going to explain it.
I think it's for the inn. I think like I didn't grab it actually.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Let me take one more like little quick look so I can debate everybody one more time.
XY is one of my favorites for sure. For some reason, Black and White didn't do it. I like the ending of Black and White. I think it's just like one of the best freaking endings. Like ending
of Black and White is awesome.
Oh, it's so freaking hard.
But where the hell did she put it?
Big Zach Chrome fan. But yeah, hey, like XY is cool.
XY. I like it.
I was looking to buy our first. I'm just going through stuff while you're reading off there. I was looking to buy our first Pokemon DLC game for my son and I to play. Suggestions, please. For you play with your kid. Do you want to take this one?
First Pokemon DLC game for my son? Like DLC game, like DLC for like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet, or like a first like direct game?
Why don't we answer both?
I mean, the DLC, in my opinion, for Scarlet and Violet was really good. I don't know. Some people disagree. I thought it was really good.
I think a few people disagree, but
Sword and Shield had a little bit better though. I think Sword and Shield's DLC with the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, that was top tier. My personal favorite.
It depends how old your son is. Oh, it says on Xbox. Sorry, is the next one.
Oh, on Xbox.
Does that mean you just have to buy him from like
DLC Pokemon games on Xbox?
Is that I don't know what that is. If you have to buy them in a store or
something. Talking about Power World?
I don't know what this is. I'm sorry, Snack Bread.
I also am too stupid. You're probably asking a good question. I'm probably just dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. My only consideration, it depends how old your kid is and you want them to like it, not like just be like, oh, my dad's trying to make me do this thing with him. That's
forced me into this Pokemon hobby.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, hey, that's what kids do. My dad all the time was like, listen to this music, like Led Zeppelin, Dire Straits, fucking great
Yeah.
music, man. And I was just like, fuck this, I'm not listening to this stuff.
You don't like this band? They're called White Snake.
Yeah, it's like, no way, Dad.
Yeah. Now I just like those bands.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens. X and Y is super dark. Yeah, coming. Yeah, Legends.
Dude, Legends is gonna slap ZA. That's gonna be so good.
Mega is coming back, man. We're gonna have
So
Mega
they say.
Evolutions. Mega Evolutions with crystal hats. It's gonna be like, yeah, I'm ready to go, man.
That's gonna be too much going on one card. People are probably gonna be like, "Oh my god, how do I even keep up?"
Buy it now, invest now. I apply to be a mod. Play music in early discount applied. Are we still talking about the Cabal?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Inept.
I guess it maybe.
The
Purse is a perfect example. Yeah, there it is.
What do we got here?
Thanks, by the way, Gonzo. I mean, Virginia said I can use that purse, but like it's her purse because I don't know you.
Roosevelt is.
I'm like really loving that mustache. Like really.
I think you're liking it a bit too much, Roosevelt. Just gonna tell you that right now, man.
That's okay.
Clown Joe G made the boots comment when he roasted you.
Oh yeah, he also was the one that said something about like my fucking Funko Pops too. He's like, look at this guy collecting Funkos. I bet he doesn't like do anything for a living. And it's like, dude, you're online like calling people grifters for like upcharging like $5. Like,
I don't. Was Joe G in the chat? I actually
no. He so like that's like a video where he like. So it was when he was like straight up being a misogynistic asshole, like
Okay.
like he was like roasted a few times. Like his response video like was at me. He was like, look at this grifter with this all his Funko Pops or something. Like he didn't even like say anything. He was like he gets at YouTube ad revenue. He collects Funko Pops and he has boots like a woman. That's what he said. That was his reply. And I was like, well, okay, that's it's solid, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
No, it's nothing.
How much were the cosplay Pikachu boxes in 2016?
Not expensive. They were like $70-$80, which was a lot for me at the time. Like, I mean, I was like about $150-$160 I dropped plus shipping, so it was like $180, $190. And that was before like shipping over here from Japan was like really, really like the thing to do. So it did take a little bit to get over here. It was probably just me being stupid as well. Didn't ship it, but it took a sec. But yeah, I got them. They were like $80 each.
That's the thing, man. Like I remember when, like 2016 was like I was coming back trying to buy a lot of cards that I couldn't afford when I was a kid.
Yep.
And we just bought a house, and I was like, man, this is great. Like I got all this free money because we've been paying rent, right? But I didn't realize you have to pay your own hydro, like your own electricity bill, your own gas, your property taxes. I didn't even know about property taxes. And yeah, I did it for a couple of months, and then Leanne, my wife, was like, "Where's your money gone?"
Yeah, where is it going?
So it's like, oh, I got this Charizard, and you know, I was going back through the Wizards of the Coast stuff, and I actually, funnily enough, I bought from Rusty from Charizard Authority.
Oh, okay.
And I actually told Dan this when I was on with him, and I was bitching at Rusty because the stuff hadn't arrived on time, and he was telling me, he's like, "Oh, I got these booster boxes. If you want them, I can't get rid of them." I was like, I don't have any money. My wife won't let me buy it.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, yeah, dude, I remember like 2016. Like, it was still. They said booster boxes really weren't that expensive. They were like $200-$300. I think at their peak. I think that was it.
Yeah, and that was too much for me because that's like
that was a lot for me.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I can't do this. I can't stretch this, right? And
I think I made money.
Exactly. And then it was like the Charizards. I wanted to get my Charizard, right? And I own the one that I never had as a kid, or the one that was all beat up that I sold. And I was like, oh, the first edition one is like $50 more. I can't afford that. So like, yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, sometimes. Oh, Crystal's in it. Hi, Crystal.
Hi. Hi, Crystal. Good seeing you. Crystal's great, by the way. She has a lot of international, all the different things that like Chinese Pokemon cards are doing, all the stupid exclusive stuff. They're like leagues ahead of like when it comes to like product and stuff. Like it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I've seen some of her stuff, like super deep knowledge.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Ground Fillet. He reminds me of Dr. Eggman. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's a
me
thing.
I'll take that.
Yeah, of course. It's you look like a younger, better looking.
Oh, Jim Carrey's Dr. Eggman, the skinny one from that one.
Pokemon investments, mortgage payments is a good strategy. It is not.
No, don't listen to him. That's a good invest. Like all that equity you're making, transfer that directly over to Pokemon, baby.
I don't know. I mean, look, if you run the numbers and I don't know what your interest rate is and like the lost opportunity cost. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you could make that
Donald
argument.
Trump's coming back, as you say. He's going to take care of it.
Drill, baby, drill. Like,
Drill,
you know what? I think I got a video ready to go, like on Trump, what Trump means for your Pokemon investments, because it's going to be a great time. I was going to record it. I don't know.
That's kind of funny.
I think that would be pretty funny. Maybe someone
you're going to have some people that aren't going to be happy with that, but I mean, what else is new on YouTube? So,
dude, I'm just here to fucking have fun.
Yeah,
oh, here's Brian's here.
There he is. Hey, Brian.
Is this a coordinated thing now? You've sold out and you're working with Brian. Like, what is going on here, man?
So it was at first. Like, Brian came over to me. Like, we had like a sit down deal, and he was like, "Yo, bro, like, fucking come here, dog. I know, I got some things here. We got big plans coming up."
So he's
I was actually when they reached out to him. It was after everything that did everything with that. Like, I also might be doing like things differently in the future and stuff like that. And I had a few people reach out to me for like partnerships and stuff like that, especially since people now like Japanese is super affordable. People are like, hey, we'll send you a box here. We'll send you like some stuff here and like there for all this stuff. All I gotta do is like do this shit. And I was like, you know what? You know who I know sells Pokemon cards and honestly hasn't done like anything shady, scummy, or scammy? I don't even gotta take this risk. So I messaged Brian and just saying like, hey, if you ever want to work or anything like that, just let me know. And he like same day was like, yeah, dude, what are you thinking? Like we talked it out that day.
I love it. I love it, man. Brian's awesome. He's so awesome. He's so
I like Brian a lot.
So chill. And I like that as well. Like, I mean, for someone in your position, like you could very easily leverage, you know, whatever it is. Like seriously, you could leverage like the whatnot discounts and the affiliate links, but you don't really do that at all. And I thought, you know, it's quite nice to see you guys kind of teaming up. I like both of you guys. So I was happy to see that. That was cool.
I was happy too.
Brian he did mention he's going to white label some hair care products, mustache products as
well.
Dude,
it like the full package. Like it's a kind of crazy how blessed that man is.
Well, no, he's gonna have some stuff. He's gonna have a line coming out. He was telling us about. That's like no, I'm serious. I'm actually serious, Nick. This is not
dead serious. Like,
well, look, I think he was being serious. I mean, he can say in the comments if he's still around.
Well, he's very dry, so I could have also.
I don't know. No, because apparently people were coming up to him at this whatever Comic-Con
Collecticon or whatever.
Yeah, and he was like, "Look, I'm actually going to do this." So he's looked into white labeling some hair care products. He said I could be a model. He said, and I suggested we get you for the obviously you got a great head of hair, but for the facial hair, I mean,
I could do that.
What is your kind of mustache beard care routine? Like, how does that look? I mean,
so for work, I gotta shave all this. Like, I gotta keep this like clean. We're allowed to have mustaches like within regulations. So this one I just kind of trim, and I keep it like right here to where you're allowed to have it, and then everything else just goes. That's it.
So you could have a PokeInvesting moisturizer or like
I could like a little brush or something like that. Like if what I would want actually is if there was a thing, you know, like those like cool little like knife combs where you like get one for like a mustache and just like that'd be sick.
That could be good. Maybe Brian, because then you could use that also to open your Japanese boxes, Brian.
Dude, it has like a little like card opener on the other side of it. Like, dude, you're smart. You're a smart guy. Now I see why we're here. Now
you get it after after an hour and a half.
Yeah, now I get it. now we're cooking with cadmium. I can't believe it's about to double Japan.
What is this?
I'm so sorry. It's here somewhere. I know it is. I just don't know where. I don't want to leave y'all like hanging for like 5-6 minutes for me to actually find it. It's here somewhere. I know it is.
Pokemon investment mortgage payment is a good strategy. Hey, MetaZoo's coming back, man. We had Dan.
Dude, I cannot wait to see what happens with that.
Dude, Dan was on Apple Juice Breaks a couple of weeks ago. He said it's all coming back. Like he said everything's great.
I saw pictures of like actual bankruptcy status being filed and like all that, which I mean that's still like I guess someone could like easily acquire the IP. I think that's what can happen. Like it's up for public like grab, I think. So if someone really wanted to buy it, I think they could, but like if someone did, that'd be nuts. It comes back and it's like, you know, Mike, yeah, we ditched that guy. Now we got Rudy from fucking Alpha Investments running this shit. How good would that be? That would be so funny. That'd be a full circle thing.
Yeah, he's like, MetaZoo is in a bull market right now.
And I'm the one with
nobody has more MetaZoo than I do.
That's so funny. Like I'm very conflicted. I will say for entertainment purposes though, that's pretty funny.
Mm. That's why
it's a whole can of worms for another day, but it's funny.
It depends what you want at a MetaZoo too. I mean, if you like it and want to play it and collect it, I mean, you want to see someone take it over. And
True.
I guess if you're sitting on sealed product, you probably don't. But
that's what I felt bad for when everything happened. Was like the legitimate people, like, because on Instagram, I see people post up MetaZoo stuff all the time. There's like some people genuinely hardcore fanning over it, and it was kind of a shame to see it leave. Where the dedicated fan base I had.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that would be like devastating. Like if that happened, like if that happened to Pokemon or another big IP. Are you still good to hang out for a little bit?
Yeah.
I need to pee, Nick.
Okay, I got it.
You can. I don't have any questions to ask you. That are you good to kind of just out? Can you rap, perhaps?
When as the kids say, I can spit with what's going on here. I can try.
Let me see if someone's got a good question in the comments. Sorry, put my mic on.
I'll just rattle it off.
Let me see. Oh fuck! There's like they're all chatting to each other.
What do you guys got? What's the haps? What do you guys want to know?
I have questions. I want to know the answer to. Oh, Dan's in here actually.
Dan's in here,
but he left because we talked about MetaZoo. We're not
that chump.
Not to say we said anything.
He's like, I gotta go get my stuff now.
Would you? I won't be long peeing. I won't take my mic. Can you talk? I loved your box opening for Stellar Miracle. Can you talk about how good Stellar Miracle is, and then I'll come back. Thank you. You
want to talk about why you're gone too? Anyway, now that guy's gone, let's actually get into the nitty gritty stuff. What do you? I can't see any. Like I can see like what people kind of post right there, but it's Pokemon cards, right? They're card, they're board, and that combined into a game that somehow made people a lot of money. That's a joke. I don't know. It's got a cool room though, right? I see like a bunch of Fusion Strike. I think old boy's a Fusion Strike lover. I see the two right there with the Mew. Fusion Strike's kind of a good set. That's kind of coming back too a little bit. People are like, it was going down a little bit. People really didn't want the Gengar for a little bit too much, but now Gengar's coming back. I wonder if it has anything to do with people getting over Evolving Skies. Like, Umbreon's yesterday's news, but today the Mew. I swear that Mew VMAX, I really do think, I'm not going to say it's like going to be some crazy stupid card. That card's going to be like one that people are going to look back on and be like, why did people sleep on this card? This is a good card. I really do think that. The Gengar's great. The Inteleon's my favorite card from this set, but whatever. What else you got there? I see like a Celebrations ETB. I think I see that. Couple other things, couple card packs here and there. I think I see an Evolutions ETB. Dude, Evolution's a trash set. Like, hot take of the year. I've never understood. I was around when Evolutions came out, and even then, like, I thought Evolutions was trash. Like, they didn't even bring back all the Pokemon. They were just like, here, have Charizard, have that one. We're not going to bring back Blastoise or Venusaur. We're not going to do any of that. Just take Charizard. Of all the cards, take that one. We'll bring back Mewtwo. We'll bring back Gyarados. We'll bring back Raichu, Poliwhirl. What else they bring back? Machamp, Magneton. They why not Venusaur and Blastoise? Why not?
I feel so much better.
I just went on a rant about like stuff in your background.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. I was looking at stuff. I went on stuff about Fusion Strike, and is that an Evolutions ETB back there?
No, it's
that red one.
That one's Sun and Moon.
Oh, well, I went on an Evolutions rant regardless.
Nobody
it looked
cares.
Like the Charizard
Evolutions. Fucking nobody wants that.
I've never understood that. Like, even when that popped off in 2020, 2021, I was like, why? That you couldn't get rid of Evolutions products.
That's one I actually don't get. Just even for, I don't actually have any Evolutions. I'm not into it. It's kind of like the buzzword thing.
Yeah.
But
I have the trainer sport. I have the Misty and the Brock. I like those, and I have those for the trainer collection. But I'm not.
Yeah, no, sorry. I've got the Misty. I don't have any sealed. I have some of the cards in.
Yeah, I don't have any sealed either.
I usually just Charizards in a 9. This was nice that you sent me this, by the way. Thank you.
The picture.
Yeah, I wish you'd signed it, but never mind.
It's like me like a year and a half ago. It was like me like 15, 20 pounds heavier.
This actually, I picked this up this month. I got just this Lugia's got a nice little. I can't. It's hard to see, but you got a nice little swirl on it.
Let me get my old man eyes on it.
It's a little. What is it called?
It's actually nice.
To a New World. So funny in England, it was where I grew up. It was interesting because we got base set, we got jungle, we got fossil, but when it went and switched over, eventually to like the Neo era. We didn't get in English. We got it in Japanese. So like I was ripping open, like just for whatever reason it was all Japanese product. And they
don't speak English over there. Send them the other stuff.
It was so weird, man. I got it in a Beanie Baby store. Like it was just not available in the usual places. It was a very strange time. All right, I need some advice on my Pokemon business. I was selling packs until I stumbled across a review that says I reseal packs. It's true. Oh, yeah.
So what you do is you hire like 3 or 4 guys, right? You get them, you stack them up, make sure they're kind of big and burly, and then not crowbars. We don't want to overdo it, but like I don't know, like a aluminum baseball bat or like that usually solves the problem real good. Don't go to their house. Just in the background of one of your videos, just have like 4 or 5 of them, just like that, just perched up, just ready to go. Then they know you mean business.
Well, you got to be careful because they're going to be CT scanning everything now.
Yeah, they'll CT scan that bat and be like, "That's not real. Those aren't muscles. That guy's juicing."
Hyperpsychics in it. Hey, man, good to see you.
Hi.
Good to see you, Hyperpsychic. Such a boss. I reposted the game change up. Okay. The Roger Rips bots are in here.
Oh, are they?
They are, Nick.
That's funny. Man,
take your shirt off.
I stand by what I said too. Like it's like I don't know if he's doing it or what, but there's some bots in there. Like I don't care. I don't care what anybody says.
So I often listen to a lot of guys' videos, yours included, on long drives. And I'm on the highway. I nearly freaking veered into another car. I was laughing. Take your shirt off.
A T-shirt of was like my favorite. That's like I almost called the video.
Yeah.
I almost made that the title of the video. T-shirt of is what I almost titled the video.
Oh man, you know what? If you had that as the title and a fucking stock arrow going up, you would have been like 1 million views on that one. Like,
I learned 2 things this whole video: arrows, and I need to open more evolutions. That's the 2 things I've learned this stream.
Metazoot evolution.
Rock Sandy actually has a good bit of Metazoot.
Does he have any?
I think he does.
So I know nothing about Metazoot. Does it have waifus?
I don't know, actually. That'd be a good Rock question.
Because I'm surprised Rock is into it if it doesn't.
I legit don't know, actually.
To the music, yeah, I know nothing about it either. I'm waiting.
He actually has like some product too. That's funny.
I believe you.
He showed it at one point. He's been like, "Guys, I have all this Metazoot. I don't know what to do with it."
Just sit on it.
That's what Rudy would tell you to do.
Rudy knows what's going on.
He's my guy.
Have you ever met Rudy? Has he been at conventions or stuff? Is he around? Or?
Who's twitchier? Me, 100%. I'm twitchier than applesauce. I am twitchier by far, and I don't even care. Like it's say what you will. I'm twitchier, like 2 times more. I can twitch way more than him.
The Apple Juice Breaks Ensemble should come together to do a short film, Pokemon parody of Wall Street. Hey, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
That's a good idea.
I'd want to be the Michael Douglas character.
It would make a great video game. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the IP, quite honestly.
That's a lot of cryptids.
Base set booster box Scarlet and Violet. If you like it, yeah.
Base sets for base sets, that's probably one of the better base sets that we've had in like modern times. It's not bad.
It honestly is, yeah. I mean, it depends what you want to do with it. I mean,
yeah. You want to sit on it? Yeah, sit on it. If you want to open it, there's a lot of good pulls you can get from it, in my opinion, anyway.
I agree. Or Paradox.
Shoot. Paradox Rift, in my opinion, is better. In my opinion, Paradox Rift is better.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's going to be. You'll be better off with Paradox Rift. I think the format has changed people.
The format? They're literally. This might have been on my rant. This might be I started by saying something stupid about Pokemon cards, like they're square and their card. I don't know what the fuck I said. And then I went on with stuff in your background. I said something really dumb.
I'll have to go back and watch. Shroud of Fable. I don't know. Hasn't even been released yet.
I've opened the Japanese equivalent. It was okay, but I mean, I didn't pull anything really that good. So fuck it, I guess. I don't know.
I'm like, quite honestly, I'm not super excited about it.
It is a weird special set. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm really surprised that was what they went all in on for that set.
Yeah, I'm a little bit for a 0.5. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm actually super excited for Stellar Crown in English. I think that's going to be really good.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Dragon Majesty and Sun and Moon, where it was kind of like, I mean, people love dragons, but at the same time, it wasn't really like a groundbreaking, crazy set at the time.
I don't know what the rest like. Usually, there's 2 sets in one, right? 2 Japanese sets in an English.
Usually.
I don't know what the second part of Stellar Crown is.
I think Dragon Majesty in English was just Dragon Storm translated over from.
Okay, yeah,
I believe it was, and I think that's what they're doing here. I think.
Okay, because it's September. It's a while away too. Like it's another month.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, I was looking at it the other day. I was like trying to plan out content better, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna get like honestly Hurricane. I'm gonna get some PC ETBs and call it a day there, and
I might open a couple of them just for fun, but it's the same thing. I'm probably not gonna go crazy.
They should make a video game. Is it MetaZoo or Apple Juice breaks? Rob peed at least 10 times during a 3-hour live stream.
His bladder's not small. He just drinks a lot of fluid. That's not a bad thing. If you're hydrated, you pee a lot. That's just science, baby. That's just how it goes.
You guys are both right. I mean, these are 473 milliliters. I've had 4 of them now.
That's hydration.
It's got to come out somewhere, man. It's got to come out somewhere. He's the one that pumped Fusion Strike. Oh, I actually did.
Yeah, so they are talking about the rant.
Oh, I did.
I went on something about Fusion Strike.
I did pump Fusion Strike. I made a video that literally the title was "Wake Up and Invest."
I mean,
it sold out the next day.
I can't blame anybody for wanting to get Fusion Strike because I think it's already set.
Then people were like, "Man, you were so right about that." I mean, I had like 200 subs at that point. Gengar and Espionals. Yeah, I think it's a cool set, man.
Oh yeah. that's very true. What that previously was. I do like CP6 a lot better. It's the same set, but like it just had a different feel in Japanese.
Kind of for them. I'm just trying to work through comments. I'm up to date. I hate it when people just go through the fucking comments and don't acknowledge them. Opossum Bud is taking stock of Rob's inventory for the heist.
Because I was just going through everything because I didn't know what else to talk about.
Sorry, I didn't really set you up. I was really busting. I was like, I gotta go, and then I'm like, man, I want to listen to the answers.
Still Miracle is good. I don't know how to like stretch it out like for 8 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, I am. It wasn't that. I wasn't paying for 8 minutes.
It was a while. Like it
was a while.
It was like 4 or 5 minutes.
Or he's dying. Well, actually, I have a medical condition that I need to see I need to go through a CT scan for. But
you look at you. Insulting man's condition.
The wait is like the wait times for a CT scan right now. I don't know what's going on with it.
I'm behind 2 guys with like boxes in their hands.
Yeah, I know. They get their unseen forces fucking gone.
Gotta get the Cassiopeia, and I gotta get it now.
It's gonna be a nice little Celebi. Evo is popular for the exact same reason that 151 was, nostalgia. All right, so this is actually a good segue. I wanted to ask you about this. So,
sure.
Someone who's coming into the hobby now, maybe they're being brought back into it, like for that reason, right? They're seeing 151. Oh man, that's my set. That's my jam, right? They're going to be coming back with Rocket set, whatever's going on, right? The gym leaders, whatever. Like, what are they going to find in the hobby, and what advice would you give to people that are coming back so that they enjoy it and stay?
It's crazy because I've actually talked to a lot of people that are stepping new into the hobby recently, just from people coming in from like 151, which, by the way, 151 is a way better set than Evolutions. I don't care what anybody says. Like that, like 151 people coming in now are being treated better with a set than they were back in the day. That's just me. But I think I talked about it in a video, like trying to explain to people, like my wife's sister, she went with us to Card Party, and she just started getting into Pokemon cards a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
She opened some products. She opened like a 151 ETB and then like something else that she just got at like Walmart. and she pulled a few things. So she pulled an alternate art Zapdos, which was awesome. Like I was like, dang, that's a really good pull for like just getting into Pokemon cards. And then she pulled like a gold card, and she was really excited about it. She's like, so this must be like really good, right? Because it's all gold. And like, and it hit me at first. I was like, you know, like for most people coming in, this is probably really weird, because if you see like a gold Pokemon or something like that, you probably like, why wouldn't you think that's really good? Because like, look at the card. And then I had to explain like, well, no, because it's more based off what people want versus like that. You have a lot of collectors that are really interested in Pokemon, like the Zapdos you got, as opposed to like cards like this, like players like this card versus. So like, it's really hard for people to walk in here and like really get a grasp on, especially like Pokemon card prices change like every fucking day. Like you can literally just look at something and then be like, oh well, this card's like this, so I don't think this is good. And then people are like, what happened? I just traded this card to somebody for like this card because I liked it, but then I'm like, this card's like $80 as opposed to like this card that I got that's like 10. And people, it's a very confusing thing to explain to people if you don't like live it and do it all day. So people that are new here just walking out, just be like, just plop your feet down and just look around. Just look at everything going on and try to take in as much. If you're really about this hobby, just take in as much as you can from every type of person in this hobby. From everybody like me, from Rob, from Rock Sandy, from PokeRev to Applesauce to like anybody you can take, because like all of it together, no matter how much people disagree with stuff, every single person talking about it explains some facet of how this shit works. And when you put it all together and you do it enough like a job, it's weird to say, it starts making sense and starts clicking on what you should be doing per what you like versus not wasting your time with other stuff.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's so weird. Like it's such a weird thing to talk about, like for it to make sense with people.
There's so much too, man. Like people have so many questions, and you know the gold cards. I remember that in one of your videos. The great analogy. I mean, maybe if they had actual gold pieces on them, that would be
like plated like the Burger King ones.
Yeah, they get. Oh wow, that'd be
that'd be cool. Which PSA started grading nowadays. I saw that, or like, and I was like, that's insane. Or was it PSA or was it? Oh my God, who graded I think it was PSA. They graded the Burger King cards recently because I saw that. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's okay. Like, if that's what you want to do, there's going to be a ton of people sitting on like boxes of them because those things aren't expensive at all. Like you can get a full case of them for like $50, $60. So that's going to be nuts watching people do that stuff. But yeah. Like people are like, how do you know this stuff? And then you like really think about it, like, how do I know? Like how do I know what even like how, like it's like it just changes a lot. Like you see people, this guy talked about it. I checked like the eBay things, I checked TCG, I checked what this guy was talking about, I checked, and then like you realize it's like it's a whole ecosystem in here full of everybody talking about cardboard, and like everything everyone does here has some kind of effect on what happens. It's crazy. I don't know.
151 brought me back. I love poo.
That is what one of the bots said. That's what one of them said. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that.
I don't know what this means. The Darkness Ablaze ETB is first print. It's read and not reprint. Infrared or inferred?
I think inferred. Not First of all, Darkness Ablaze ain't where you want to be looking at for anything. Like
it's a great investment.
I love that set because of the Salamence and the Scizor VMAXs and all that stuff. Those cards rock in that set. But I mean, your chase card is a VMAX, like a standard. Not anything VMAX.
So actually, I always think of Darkness Ablaze. I always think of Michael Pokeoz, who I had on the channel as my first guest. And I know you've watched a few of his videos.
I like us.
What is a Giga Chad Hombre?
Giga Chad Hombre?
What does that mean? You called him a Giga Chad Hombre.
I think I called it like.
What's Sandy about this? What it fucking means?
A Giga Chad Hombre. It's like it's like just the guy that knows the move. He's the guy that knows what needs to be. Like he says it and it happens. Like that you can't stand against him. he's like an anime like the ultimate anime antagonist, like the like fucking he just walks around like normal, and then like it's time to fight, and like he does like this, and his shirt just disintegrates, and he's just that guy.
That is him.
That's him. He's him.
Okay. There
he's
we go.
Timothy.
There we go. That is settled now. I was like, man, this is it, man. Fucking Giga Chat Hombre. I love it.
Yeah.
Mothman is the waifu.
Mothman.
Mothman is the one. Sorry, Mothman.
You know, honestly, like I could see some like people that are really real big Mothman fans. I'm sure somewhere. No waifus in medicine.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just reading the same thing you were reading.
What is but they do? What does do mean?
But they do.
Dope?
But they dope. I
don't know what
Gonzo's an enigma of a man I still try to unravel every day, and I love every second of it.
On the topic of Nick Twitchy, I've been planning a parody reel of Opossum. I just need to rip some collision sound effects.
I guarantee it's gonna be funny because I move around a lot. Like I get so many comments about it too, and people are just like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why is he so twitchy?" And it's just like I'm at work and I'll sometimes do that. Like I'll be talking to people like normally, and I'll just be like, I'll be shaking my leg or I'll be like moving my arms or something. I don't know. I just do it. I get it. It's a fair thing to make fun of. I do it a lot.
I just remember your video on it was after the live stream, the investment live stream, and you made a comment because I guess people were saying you were moving around a lot. You were agitated, I think they were thinking. And you were like, man, you're like, I could be talking about what I'm having for fucking dinner or fucking lunch, and I'd be just going back and forth.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like it's like if I sit here and I subconsciously think about it, I can like just kind of stand here and not really do anything. But if I'm just like free flowing or something,
yeah,
it's nothing. Like I get that all the time. It's
little movement. Delirium Silver Tempest box sleeves. Yeah, sure. I think that'd be good. I think both are great.
Sitting on any booster pack long enough will do you all right.
Yeah. People like sleeves. They're kind of hard to reseal, right? Like,
yeah, I think that they're harder to weigh and stuff too, as well, because you got a whole cardboard sleeve in front of it.
I don't know if they're doing the Pokemon Together Pikachu Eevee right now on those. I can't remember, but
they had a bunch of things they were doing them with. I know there was like a plushie bundle and like a couple other things too.
Yeah, do it, man. Invest now.
Do it.
Buy it now. Best advice is to collect how you want to collect, and don't let anyone tell you are doing it wrong. Collect your favorite Pokemon. Say anything you want.
Yeah, you know what? Gonzo has a super dope Raichu collection. I don't know if I'm sure he's done videos on it, but
yeah, I've seen it. I watched a reel on him semi recently where he's going through like his favorite card in his collection, and one of them's a Raichu. That it's not necessarily the most expensive one, but it's like his favorite one. But yeah, it's great advice, man. Like, look, anything I talk about from an investment standpoint is like hobby investing anyway. Like, you know, make sure your other shit's taken care of, like your rent, your RSPs, your 401ks, whatever they are. Like, just make sure you're having fun, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's 100%. You don't need to break the bank.
It's all connected.
It is. It's like the Charlie from Always Sunny thing where all the string going everywhere, just like it's all connected.
Trump's in there too.
He's in the center.
It's kind of crazy. People think everything 90s Pokemon is crazy money.
It's just really not.
Old. No, it's not. Look at those figures. The solid figures they're not worth crazy money.
Like I have this one I actually won't bust your balls for. I actually have it right here. I won't debate you this time.
Debate you.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this right here. See, like this is like a marble set from like the fucking 90s, and it's my favorite because I had this one as a kid. Sand Shrew. It's the bag that I actually got, and it's not worth really much, but I think it's neat.
Have you got any of the discs? You know, the discs you used to flip.
I remember those. I think I do. I don't think it's in here though. I think it's in like a box somewhere. I do have. One second. I do have. Let me see. I got like these things too. These really are not that expensive for what people like want them to be as well. Like the little Pokeball things that like they're really not that expensive.
You got to send them to CGC, man. You got to snip the corner off and then send it in.
CGC. If they start grading those, that would be kind of funny. I might send one in just to see what they grade it.
We used
like
to
anonymously.
so those flipper discs, and you know what I mean. Like,
Those are cool.
man, we used to stay in at like lunch break and like first break, like recess, and we would flip those things over like and argue about how they landed. And I was just
Oh yeah.
such great memories, man. I fucking love that. Like
I remember trying to play the card game, but not even know how to play the game. Like me and like my friends just be sitting like, no, like it's good because like Charmander's really like someone tried to say like something they did in the anime, like no, in the anime Charmander did this, so it's better because it specifically like does this to like some stupid stuff that kids would say. I'm sure teachers were looking at us just like these fucking idiots. These guys ain't gonna do anything. They're gonna be garbage men their whole life.
That's exactly it. No, my buddy had like his parents were loaded. He was called Shorty, and he had the Charizard. Like I think they just bought him a booster box and fucking let him open it like a dream as a 12-year-old or whatever. But we played together, and I was like, man, I've got a Blastoise. Like it's got to win, man. Like I mean, come on, you got a Charizard. Like but somehow he beat me. Yeah. It's like fuck. But no, those are the days, man. Like Yu-Gi-Oh was the same. I remember with my two brothers, we cleaned out Times Square and the Toys R Us there, and like we bought a bunch of stuff, and those are just such good memories, man. Like sitting on the floor. Yeah,
I actually did know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but then they changed the rules for like the Battle City stuff whenever like that ruled around and stuff too. So I had to relearn how to play when everything changed. And I mean, I learned that still too. But then Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays is like a whole different card game. I don't know if you tried to hop into it recently. It's insane. Like there's so many different types of special summons that you can do now. It's
really
like pendulum summons, X, Y, Z summons. You got 2 other different kinds of special summons. You still got your normal summon. You got your extra deck. You got like your regular deck. I'm still a little confused on like when you can do specific things in your phases. I'm still trying to figure it out because there's so many things you can do in one turn.
Yeah, I always found Yu-Gi-Oh was like, this is like 20 years ago, but like Yu-Gi-Oh was a lot more easier to understand than the Pokemon game. I actually found Pokemon very confusing to play.
A little bit, yeah.
I was like, what am I doing with these energy cards? That was my main thing.
Why can't I put 8 on?
What's that?
No, that's like, why can't I put 8 energies on just as like a kid? Why can't I just put them on there? That's big compliment. Thanks.
Oh god,
everyone knows this guy.
Roosevelt's in a lot. Yeah, I like Roosevelt. He's good comedy value.
I was talking about the guy he was talking about, like the.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Like the older brother that like scared kids off their cards. Everyone knows that guy.
Fallout 76, sexy time room.
Pee on me, Mothy. Dude, so yeah, there is a lot of cryptids in Fallout 76. I'm unfamiliar with what Diamond Dog Dave is talking about here, but I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. There's a lot of Mothman stuff in it.
Thank you all, and inept. Getting rid of all my loose bags.
I'm dumping right now. It's time to dump, boys. It's time to sell.
I'm actually, you know what? I should do a sell it now video. Yeah.
Sell it, boys.
Sell it now. Pokemon's dead.
Bye, Gonzo.
J-Love said, yeah, thanks for coming in, Gonzo. Thank you, man. Good night, Gonzo. Pogs. Oh, Pogs, man. Pogs.
They were the Pogs, yep. I remember that Simpsons episode where Milhouse was talking about all his Pogs.
So good.
Alf Pogs.
I wish they stopped printing 151 permanently.
Yeah, a lot of people. I'm sure people last reprint wished it too.
Just wait 3 years and you'll be okay. All right?
Dude, just buy like 8 boxes and just put it in a storage unit and then forget about it for 5 years. Open it up, be like, holy hell, what YouTuber wants this? Hey, I have like 8 boxes of this. And some it's gonna be like Pokeball Pete's gonna swoop in and be like, dude, I got a YouTube channel. I need those.
I gotta open it,
bro.
No, like honestly, man, like that's the thing. Like actually, you know, I had Dan in Catch More Collectibles. The first 5 years historically, I know everything goes up eventually, but the first 5 years are actually not that great. Like, so you got to have a 5-year plus time horizon on this stuff, maybe longer.
For sure.
They are printing a lot of it. So, and don't.
There's a lot. Yeah. It's like Evolution's literally all over again.
Just shouldn't be a primary investment vehicle. I summon Gemini Elf and then set Two-Face down. I end.
Yeah, dude, that is what happens.
Yeah.
It's like that's the first when I first started playing, that's what it was. Now you can summon like 8, 6, 7 monsters in one turn. Like you can beat someone's ass like first turn in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can just destroy them before they even do anything.
Monster Reborn, man. I was just Monster Reborn.
Regeki and Monster Reborn, dude.
Fucking Dark Magician Girls coming back, man.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a Magic Yu-Gi-Oh player. Recently started playing Pokemon and surprisingly enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh, Shug Nasty. Hey, what's up, dude?
Yo. You play a lot, right?
Not a lot. I play a little bit. I know I've been showing Virginia how to play. We've been playing back and forth with each other. I used to play a lot back in the day, like Sun and Moon. Used to have like a GameStop around here, like a game store or something, where we used to just kind of hop in and play. They have since not returned to doing that. So, and also people I used to play with moved away, went away, did other things for work. So, unfortunately,
Yu-Gi-Oh. No, I don't.
Dude, it's so true. It's so fun. It's so true. This comment is so I can't think link summons. That's the other one. Links and synchros. I couldn't think of the other one. That it's one.
I have no idea what's happening.
It's nuts. Like someone who's really good at Yu-Gi-Oh can just obliterate you in a turn. You don't even know what the hell happened. It's crazy.
What is this? Giant fillet. I sent him that's up to well, I was worried about your review, Giant Fillet, for the guys that you sold resealed packs to.
Yeah.
I love Dr.
That
Pepper.
should take care of him. Dr. Pepper's cool.
Holy fuck, man. Do you think there are more investors? That's actually a good question.
Truthfully, I think there's more collectors, honestly. I would say the investor number is probably rising a little bit more, where people do want to make money off their cards some, but I would still say there's probably more collectors than investors.
So. The investors need someone to sell it to. I mean,
that's true.
It's not to sell their investors. Yeah, I think you're going to see it when there's actually, like, I think we're in a boom time right now. I really do. I think this is a huge boom and people don't realize it. And
a lot of new people are going to step in.
Yeah, and when shit hits the fan, and there's a tough economic time, or things happen, I think you're going to see a lot of people selling, and the guys who are kind of in it just for the money will leave, and they'll anyway. I think that's what's going to happen. That's my opinion. True collectors will be there, and I mean I'm kind of both, right? Like, just for the record, I collect and I invest, right? So I feel, Nick, I miss my old Yu-Gi-Oh crew I played with.
Dude, it's real. Like just having that group of core people to play with, and then like everything splits up. It's hard to just get back into it because you had a dynamic before, and it's hard to recreate it.
I like
that. But playing with Virginia has been fun. I will say that she's been really doing good. She likes the Gardevoir deck a whole lot, and she's been stomping some feet with that.
I like it. Okay, more collectors on Earth, more investors on YouTube. Yeah, that's very true.
That's probably accurate. I mean, if people just stumbled across one of my random videos, they'd probably be like, "Oh, this guy fucking loves investing. Look at this guy." Like it's probably true. So I mean, who am I here? I'm just adapting with adapt or die, as like some of the people say.
So one of my last questions I wanted to ask was like, I mean, obviously, aside from my channel, I know you're hanging on every video, but like, who do you watch usually on YouTube? Like, what's your YouTube kind of?
Man, so my favorite person I used to watch all the time, and they don't do anymore, is Max Mofo. I was bait and breath for like every upload he did for years, like 2016, 17, 18. Just watching him open, like that was the guy, and I miss him. I miss him a lot. He was truly, I think, the perfect balance of like Pokemon card opening, like somebody who does care a little bit about the value, does care about the art, does care about the game, literally the perfect balance of a Pokemon YouTuber. And he's funny, and he cares about his videos. They're well edited. It's perfect balance. Nowadays, I watch a lot of Crystal. I do. I watch a lot of J-Love stuff. I watch a lot of Ryan stuff. I'll tune into like Revs and Vault stuff every now and again just to pop in on their stuff. I do watch some of the investor people stuff. I watch Oz. I do watch you. I do watch Brian. I watch a lot of people. Like I'll pop in on the boys like Gonzo, Rock Sandy, Dama. I'll pop in on his stuff every now and again. I'm not really like super. I watch a lot of Pokemon content.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at work or something like that, or if I'm doing something in the background, I'm walking back and forth somewhere. I just kind of go explore what people put up on Pokemon YouTube, which is another reason like I kind of stay on top of what's going on with different things. Not 100%. There's too much to keep track of, but I just kind of put people's stuff on. I'm not really opposed to like watching what anybody does. I will say like watching every once in a while. It's not super common, but every once in a while, just watching some person just like take an entire shelf off, put it in the cart. I mean, that makes me kind of roll my eyes a little bit because they're like, "Oh, there's product everywhere, guys. Don't worry."
Oh,
just take it all from one store. It's like, well, there was product everywhere, but like that kind of stuff makes me laugh a little bit. But other than that, there's nothing that's like. I watch a lot of people's stuff.
You got some fans. I like the video you did a couple of days ago with the Reddit post, which was like, I hope Opossum Bud sees this.
I love that. Most people I've talked to like that were investor, like they'll find me on Instagram or something like that, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I love the videos." Like a lot of them are real nice. They're real nice people. Like not like they don't take anything personally. They just they're like, "Oh, it's so funny." Like we love talking about money, but this shit's hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, people are like looking for the attention, but
some of them are for sure. And you can kind of tell usually when people are like, there's like some obvious bait post where it's like, guys, I like opened 2 packs of 151. I pulled 2 Charizards back to back. I was like, yeah, sure you did. I'm positive that happened.
Oh, all right. So look, I want to wrap up soon. I think I'm running out of steam myself.
I want
to, but I want to do a little bit of hold or sell before we get going.
Let's do it. Let's go.
I need some help. I need some help on this, man. So first of all,
money.
So I pulled the Greninja the other day. So I don't actually have it, but I sell it.
Sell it.
Okay, sell straight away. Okay.
Yep, sell it. Sell the Greninja right now.
I got this old picture of Pokeanny.
Sell it. Okay. But first, before you sell it, if there's any way you can get him to like sign it and then attach like some of the hair gel like to it a little bit, like if he can sign it in hair gel. That would increase it tenfold. So sell it after you get it back.
Lino from Thundercats.
Lino is mid, but still sell.
Okay, sell.
I'm just kidding. I like Lino. I'm just kidding.
That's all. Poor Lino. What we got here? What is this one? The 2DS? What are we doing with that?
Ooh, I remember those actually. I had one. I have a 3DS Galaxy one right now, but those were kind of sick. Because I hate 2D. It made my head hurt. I hate that like 3D shit. That.
I think this is going up.
Let's sell.
Hey, okay, sell. Okay, I gotta sell it all.
Let's sell it.
What else?
It's weighing you down.
This one's gonna be good.
Professor Juniper, the best professor we've ever gotten in itself, though. Sell.
You gotta sell it. I gotta
sell her. She's not worth a dog. She's holding you back. You got a whole life to live. You can't let one professor hold you down.
I got a bottle opener.
Sell it. You need to stop drinking. Cans are more. Wait, no. What are more recyclable, cans or bottles? Is glass more recyclable than cans?
I have a bottle here. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I got an empty bottle here from last week.
I know cans and all that stuff are. I know both are way more recyclable than plastic.
What have I got here? Let's do one of these. Okay, all right. So, this is good. This is 20th anniversary.
Ooh, hey, we just picked up actually, and here's something. I'm not gonna fucking go look for it. We picked up a 20th anniversary Pikachu from Card Party as well. Virginia picked one of those up as well.
Oh yeah. I think it's posted.
That's super cool. I'm surprised those are like still dirt cheap as well. I guess people didn't care, but sell it. But sell it right now to save for the 30th anniversary.
Solid Snake amiibo.
What a random character to just throw into Smash Bros. Like for real.
So strange, man.
But I like playing as him. I liked his ultimate on the helicopter, just blasting people with the grenade launcher. But sell it. get out, get rid of it. Amiibos are for squares.
All right, I'm good. Nick, thank you so much for spending a couple of hours with me. I genuinely, man, I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who watched. If you're watching after the fact, thank you very much. I think Colin from Poke Office is going to be hanging out with me. I'm still trying to get him to return my texts. If not, will be Rock Sandy will be our next guest.
Ooh, Rock Sandy.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Hey, appreciate it, guys.
Okay, take it easy, everyone.
Now let's to the